Welcome to House Comblood, where strangers are family. Every episode contains graphic content, including but not limited to copious amounts of blood, unnecessary cursing, death of all ages, be they infants or immortals, fantasy drug use, nudity, mentions of sex, and sound effects of various qualities. We cannot stress enough that this is mature content with adult themes. You have been warned. I hope you're ready.
All right. Welcome to House Blood. I'm Gray, your DM and host. We're a D&D 5e podcast currently playing the adventure Hangmen, Worms of Frostheart. The story follows a group of misfits facing sentient calamities, threatening to destroy the world, led by a Genasi army called the Rebirth Bastion. I'm joined here today by Mega.
Hello, I am Mega, and I play Eddie, the Outer Boy Triton Bastard class. I am still the Bastard class. Meh. And I also play Eddie, as well as any other various characters of similar naming schemes.
As well as Nita.
Hi there, Nita here. I play Aluya Oblak, the human cleric sorcerer.
As well as Rakuzen.
Hello everybody, my name is Rakuzen. I play Mavet Soha Fidash, the monk druid who is the sap that holds the party together.
As well as Moomin.
Hello? I am Moomin. I play Seer, a person that's always on fire, and is an alchemist slash artificer.
And finally, a new member of our roster, Tyler.
Hello, one and all. I am Tyler, and I will be playing a character that should hopefully be introduced at some point this session. And I will wait on their name and such for the viewers until then.
God, wouldn't it be such a dick move if
hard.
I just did not introduce your character? Period.
Well, at that point, I would have to run some WWE style commentary for the combats, and well, I don't think we want that.
No. All right. We got a little bit of housekeeping to do, so I'm just going to go over it quickly. Then we'll go over a recap, and we'll start off with a bit of a cutscene. Towards the 2024 rules, we've made a full transition over to the rule set. We're going to be referencing the rules, and hopefully we're not going to make too many missteps referencing archaic rules that have been updated or legacy spells. Towards the characters, all the characters have remade, or all the players have remade their characters to one extent or another. I might even go down the list here. Tell me as much as you feel comfortable telling me, or you may just say, hey, we'll figure out during the game. Eddie, I feel like I know your answer, but is there any major differences that you'd like to put out there from old Eddie to new?
I think I'll mostly just say for the time being that due to some changes in the rules, a particular tactic that everybody is familiar with for Eddie no longer works. So I had to mix things up a bit to keep the same spirit of like ultimately what Eddie and Eddie do together, but working in a way that actually fits with the new rules.
What about you, Nita? Anything you want to tell us?
Some things had to change and I had to finagle some stuff, but I think overall I got exactly what I needed to from her.
Okay. What about you, Rakuzen?
Yeah, what? Blowing my nose, sorry.
Blowing your nose. I'm asking, what's the difference between old Mavet and new Mavet?
Old Mavet and new Mavet has some tricks up his sleeves because he gained some levels to catch up with everybody.
Yes,
so now we're all even.
I guess I kind of buried the lead there, But yes, we're switching back to milestone. I rewarded people who are ahead of the game with very rare items, while people who are lagging behind, such as Mavet, his reward is being at the same base level with everyone else.
So Mavet still plays the same. He's still agile. He's still stupid. So yeah, everyone will be happy to see him at just a little bit higher HP.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Moomin? You primarily played an Artificer. Is there any major changes you'd like to tell us?
I mean, due to the new changes, I still remain an artificer because, I love how they changed all of the classes. I love the idea, but they didn't do artificer. And I was like, how much has changed for artificer? Really just spells. So for now, I'll just say Seer just suddenly becomes more orange.
Okay. And Tyler, I don't believe we need to go over yours. We'll discover yours as we discover your character here.
Of course.
I'm trying to think of any other housekeeping that we really need to mention here. Towards like actual house rules. The main one that we're going to be keeping is hands off chess piece. And just to let even you know, Tyler, if you declare that you say or do something, you do it. If it's past your turn in combat, I'm sorry, we're going to keep moving on. Even if it's impossible, even if it just does not work, we're going to keep moving on and try to remember any rule clarifications or fixes in the future. The only time that I'm more lenient on that is towards a player death. Towards that, we make sure we get everything down perfectly. Other than that, I'm sure most people in the community, like I've heard conjure minor elementals in one fast or another. I've also looked at the spell towards the players. Fuck that spell. The only major nerf I've done to it is change the scaling to every 2 levels, if memory serves. But nothing else of note to mention here. It's been a while. It's been a hot goddamn second.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while.
Tell you what. Someone can give me a recap. I'll give you 10d10.
Everybody rushing towards Aluya's notes,
everyone's
scrambling.
rushing.
Well, on last episode, it's like because I think the session before last, we'd actually like at least finished up the combat that had been going on for like a couple of sessions in the alchemist shop. And successfully being able to rescue all of the experimented humans upon. And while dealing with the aftermath of that, we came onto a few different revelations. First off, we discovered that the barrel that Mavet had been holding on to contained a compound that is very reactive, which based on the fact that a number of these barrels had been distributed throughout the city, it's might be part of a larger scheme to cause mass mayhem and destruction. Then we also had a bit of a conversation with the statuesque, well, the literal statue, but being controlled / manipulated by somebody else on the other side, who we were essentially given a line of questioning about the morality, as it were, of defending oneself as a dying species, as well as they themselves becoming the oppressors in order to do so. And ultimately, based on our answers, they came to, maybe perhaps to their dismay, the same conclusion that we had, that, hey, maybe this isn't the right way to go about seeing the changes that you want to see in the world. But, not before suddenly hearing a bunch of explosions outside the alchemist shop, and realizing that I'm just going to use the word invading force for the time being.
Yep.
Because I hesitate to call it anything else, because that would imply some things that we haven't necessarily confirmed, except for the fact that at the very least they're not seeming to be attacking any citizenry, but they do seem to be causing issues at a number of different key points in the cities. Like, for example, the docks had been overrun and the ships are out of commission for the time being.
Yep.
But the party, at least where we were last left off, was helping to evacuate the citizenry into protective shelters. So at the very least they're not caught up in anything that's going on outside in the city, and that's kind of where we ended off. Because I believe we were about to move on to a different activity.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, that is excellent. Give yourself 10d10, and I'm just going to go over two things. The first thing that I do want to clarify is what you guys did discover with the oil is called nimbus grease, and it has a property to make things weightless if it becomes covered and lit upon with the substance. Towards the skill challenge, we're a third through. We have finished the first stage, and we have 2 more to go with. Speaking about skill challenge, there is one addendum, one little tweak that I'd like to make to it. And I got this idea from Matt Colville, because he also likes that particular system as well and saw the same issue I did. If you guys noticed, if you just do secondary skills, you will never fail these challenges. It is, you can prolong it, that's for sure, but you will not fail it. As an actual strategy that you can employ, and it will work. So to combat this, I'm going to add a little bit of a time limit. Just make sure that everyone's actions truly matter. If by 2 full rounds, where everyone acts twice, if you guys do not succeed on a stage of the challenge, of the entire skill challenge, the skill challenge will fail. What that means is, so long as you keep succeeding these stages every 2 rounds, you guys are all hunky-dory, you guys are fine. But should round 3 come along and you guys are tearing about, I'm sorry, game over. That doesn't mean you lose all your progress from your previous victories. It just means your potential victories in the future are taken away from you. Am I clear?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Before we get started here, and I know we've taken a while to get started, we had a little bit of a mouthful to say, and God knows we need to keep hearing Gray speak here. But I would like to set the scene, because we've had a major change with the world, with the system. Spells have changed, classes have changed, a lot of things are different. And I want to represent that in this world. But it's going to be a little lengthy, so please give me a little bit of time here. Let's transition here. Let me switch over the music as well. All right, there we go. And everyone can see.
Hold on, let me put my glasses on. Okay, now I can see. Thank you for asking.
There you go. You can't see anything?
No, it's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still loading. It's still loading.
All right, it's getting load. Well, while it's loading, let me paint the picture in your heads. So, the winds whip around a jagged peak. We see a man made of air. He sits on a throne, his leg swaying on the armrest. He holds a spyglass, and we look through the spyglass, and as we look through it, it pierces through the clouds, the obscurement, it pierces through everything. It's magical, and it goes far, farther than it should ever go. We see the gaze fixed onto Port City. There's bustling streets, and below, they're indifferent to the dark thoughts brewing above them. His sky blue hair billows, lost in the tempest. The city, with its ships and people scurrying like ants, is a source of endless disdain to him. We see him speak to himself. How they cling to their flesh, shackled to their lives, bound to bodies that betray them with every breath. See his fingers, pale and cold, tighten around the spyglass. A storm begins to gather in the clouds above, swirling like his thoughts. We watch a lone ship leave the harbor, its white sails full, gliding effortlessly through the sea. Let them feel the air turn on them. He just wears an apathetic smirk. He raises a hand, and we see the wind stir at his command. The air grows heavy and thick with the threat of a hurricane. Below, the ship's crew begins to panic as the sky darkens. The peaceful voyage quickly turns into a desperate race against nature. Behind him, we see a fire genasi. He looms like a mountain of flame. The hulking fire genasi crosses his arms, his molten eyes watching the gathering storm with a mild interest. Steam rises from his skin in this cold air. The heat from his body cuts through everything. You brewed too much, Galen. Galen. You brewed too much, Galen. If you want them dead, kill them. Don't need a storm to do that. And at this point, I'm going to reveal on screen what these guys look like.
Bitches.
Bitches. You know
He'd
what?
be doing that in Yola's country. He'd be snapping necks.
All right. All right. There we go. First one. The second one. And just for our audience, I want to give just a little bit of a bigger picture here. We see the man who is sitting on the throne, looking like this here. Just the wind and clouds swirling like a silk scarf you'd see on a Chinese mythical god. And the bulky man. Just his head is like a candle. Just completely muscular, obsidian skin. Galen barely acknowledges this genasi. His focus is entirely on the ship below, not now caught in this vicious winds. The sails are ripped, masts are snapping like twigs. As the waves rise unnaturally high, the crew screams, scrambling for control as Galen's smirk deepens. A flicker of something close to satisfaction passes through him. Let the winds tear them apart. Let them be free. But then, as if in defiance of his will, we see a flash of pink lightning split the sky, An albatross, enormous, glowing with electricity. It dives from the storm clouds, wings crackling with energy. It soars towards the ship, its form shifting from a bird and the storm itself. The winds that once obeyed Galen now scatter, dissipating under the presence of this divine force. You see Galen's expression darken as the storm he summoned unravels. The winds dying down almost instantly, the sea calming, and beneath the albatross's wings, the broken ship rights itself, floating safely away from the storm's grasp. See him grit his teeth. Aeolus. The name drips from his lips like venom. He lowers the spyglass, his hands shaking in a quiet rage. The god had interfered again, stealing away his chance to unmake them, to free them. His companion, Infernalex, unbothered by the divine intervention, snorts in mild amusement. He cracks his knuckles, his gaze shifting lazily to the distant horizon. Gods in the games. You waste your time, Galen. If you want them dead, do it with your hands. A hurricane's just delaying the inevitable. Galen's eyes are still in the spot in the sky where Aeolus vanished. His frustration palpable. The taste of victory had been snatched from him. He says nothing, simply staring at Cordy Rosa, at the life that continues to pulse below. I'll find another way. He stands, his movements sharp, the tension radiating from his body. Infernalex watches him with mild interest, unconcerned by the failed storm. Changes the subject. Conquest of Adantis has been slow. Galen looks at him sharply. Slow? You? The behemoth has been dragging his feet. Volcano isn't enough without the Trask that was promised. And my lieutenant, dead. He shrugs. Slows things down. A pity. Perhaps the behemoth needs the same winds I spared for Cody Rosa. A storm might get him moving. Now you're talking. If the Trask ever shows up, we'll see what real destruction looks like. See him smiling. The air is thick with the tensions, and the tension of last traces of the storm that Galen summoned. Tremora, the Earth Genasi, emerges from a glowing teleportation circle, her presence grounding yet carrying an unmistakable weight of authority. The vines decorating her robes sway in the wind, her steps firm as she approaches. Her gaze immediately fixes on Infernalex, a storm brewing beneath her otherwise calm exterior. I will show you what she looks like as well. She almost has like a tumbleweed grass hair and branches that extend from her body. Infernalex, you're as reckless as that behemoth. The destruction you and that monstrosity have brought is not change, it's desecration. The behemoth's fire leaves the earth barren, scorched beyond healing. Do not care for nothing but violence and ruin. Infernalex huffs, just unconcerned about her reprimanding him. He adjusts the gauntlets on his wrists, his eyes glowing with a faint ember. Care. Behemoth is a force of nature, Tremora. Just as the volcano erupts and wipes away the old, so does he. Besides, it's not like I'm the one holding the reins. If you want to whine, take it up with Gehenna. Tremora's fists clench at her sides, the vines on her robes twitching in response to her rising anger. I have no interest in Gehenna's madness. Balance must be restored, Infernalex. This path you're on will only bring more chaos. And what of Malstrella? She's been missing for too long. Her absence leaves us vulnerable. Even Quagmire has run into problems in Frostheart. The mention of Malstrella casts a shadow over the conversation. Infernalex barely reacts. Galen, however, tilts his head slightly, intrigued. Frostheart. I wasn't aware Quagmire had business there. Tremora's expression tightens. Malstrella's disappearance has left him struggling. Without her, Quagmire's hold on Frostheart weakens. He's facing resistance. Something is stirring in the ice, and I fear it's only a matter of time before we lose control there. You see Galen staring at Cordy-Rosa. Slowly, he inhales and exhales. Perhaps Frostheart is destined to fall, like Cordy-Rosa should have. The world is full of places begging for release. Tremora steps forward, her voice softer now. You're not the only one with pain, Galen. But destruction is not the answer. There has to be balance, or everything will collapse into ruin. You speak of release, but all you'll find is emptiness. Before Galen can respond, the sky above them shudders with a terrible beauty. A meteor shower, burning bright and fierce, begins to fall through the atmosphere. But this isn't a simple event. As the fiery stones descend, a colossal leviathan, vast and majestic, glides through the skies, its enormous body twisted in agony as the meteors crash into it. Each impact draws a heart-wrenching cry from the creature. A sound so deep and mournful, it seems to distort the very fabric of the weave itself. The three Genasi watch, spellbound by the sight, though each is affected differently. Infernalex grins with a savage hunger, while Tremora's expression turns to one of deep sorrow and anger. Galen, however, is left reeling. The Leviathan's cry resonates through him, stirring emotions long thought dead. As the meteors continue the relentless assault, the Leviathan's wails tear at the sky. The creature's pain twists the weave, distorting it like a sonic boom, and the air feels thick with its sorrow. See Infernalex grinning. Gehenna said this would happen. Look at it! Beautiful, isn't it? The sky's crying with power, destruction, pure and simple. Tremora's eyes flash with fury. She shakes her head. Gehenna's madness. There's nothing beautiful in this. Galen, however, stands paralyzed, a tear falling down his cheek. As the Leviathan's pain mirrors something deep within him. He looks away, unable to bear the sight any longer. His hands tremble at his side, the usual detachment shattered. And we fade to black. And you may be thinking, Ray, that was really long. I still got one more thing. And I think one person might get a kick out of this. Camera looks into a small room. It's cloaked in shadows. The walls are lined with ancient tomes and scrolls. The smell of musty parchment fills the air. A single candle flickers on a heavy oak desk, its weak flame casting dancing shadows across the stone wall. Seated at the desk is a figure half-shadowed, half-lit. He has a slender, sharp figure of a blue jay with vibrant feathers and a beak that curves slightly as if it was a perpetual grin. Sharp eyes gleam with mischief, reflecting the candlelight. Sits hunched over a piece of parchment, his movements deliberate yet relaxed. In his hand is a feather quill, plucked from his own wing, dipped into ink, scratching across the parchment in smooth, flowing lines. Each stroke of the quill seems to ripple with a subtle, barely perceptible hum of magic. With every seismic tremor from far beyond, the room shudders gently, and the ink on the parchment seems to shimmer. The words, freshly written, bend and twist as though adjusting to an unseen force, carving themselves into the very fabric of reality. Ah, there it is. A little tremor to give a final touch. Nothing like a good loophole in the weave of things. I always said spells should have more flexibility. Twirls the quill between his fingers, his eyes darting from word to word, watching them each come alive. Though, I must admit, some of these spells, they're riddled with the most amusing mistakes. Spelling errors of all things. I mean, really, how does one confuse wither with withered? One keeps young and the other, well, rather messy. Tremor rumbles through the ground again, this one stronger than the last. The writing quivers for a moment before settling into place. Just a little tweak here, a flourish there. If I'm going to trick the world, I may as well make sure it's done with proper punctuation. He leans back in the chair, studying the handiwork, quill resting in his hand like an extension of himself. The tremors seem to sync with his writing, the magic of the land beneath his study subtly enhancing his work. Funny really, how one misplaced letter can change everything. Gale becomes glare, fireball turns into fizzle. But with the right correction, even the tiniest error opens a door, a crack in the wall, a loophole. And there we have it. A spell with no errors. Clean, precise. Almost too perfect. Now, let's see how reality handles this little fix. And that's all I got. Told you it'd be a long one. All right. We actually ready to play like nerds?
Traps is though, so.
All right. Who's ready to get started here? Getting some
Me.
gameplay, ready to be some nerds here.
Olivia is crying over here in the corner.
I want to play.
It's like, dude, I'll stay 2 hours later. I don't give a damn right now.
I could stay a little later too.
All right. No worries. We'll switch things up, and I got a lot for you guys today. Let's, go right here. All right. All right. Now let's swivel the scene back to where we were so Gray can stop fucking talking. All right. All right. So I will say simultaneously, while all those cutscenes are happening simultaneously, and you guys are dealing with these fires, you guys dealt with the marketplace district. You guys took care of these barrels filled with Nimbus grease, as well as watching the docks in the farthest most corner burn and crackle with flame. We see centaurs running around, and what you guys do notice is, strangely enough, some sea elves acting barbaric as they begin to cough, and as they do, their bodies begin to morph and transform into centaurs, while others just appear out of nowhere. It appears this seems to be a coordinated attack, and even just thinking about it, there's a lot of stuff missing from that alchemist shop. Couple things connect. One, changelings are involved with them just appearing out of nowhere. Two, it looks like they stole a lot of supplies to make special potions to make them appear like they're sea elves. to tell the scene right now as this sonic boom goes through everything, the entire world. You all feel funky. You all feel strange. Eddie, you see that you see Eddie flicker for a moment and just disappear. Makes your heart sink for a moment. Aluya, you feel like your body and your faith is beginning to reorganize itself, like your blood is on fire. Actually, it's better to say not on fire. It feels like it's surging with electricity, like you're being overcharged. Mavet, the smoke billowing around your bark becomes thicker and denser. And finally, Seer, your body, just like you've said, turns a little bit more orange, and you feel like there's coals in your stomach. Something is wrong. All of you have changed. And to make matters worse, you look towards the ceiling. Not the worst case scenario, but you start seeing rain begin to fall from the holes, and you see a chunk of the ceiling fall off, just a chunk. And as it falls, it descends onto a building, destroying it before you. You hear screams of pain. And what you guys do notice is a very familiar face, a very ugly face of a woman with tentacles drooping down her chin and almost like a dumbbell eyes as she's trapped beneath the rubble. And right next to her is this white-skinned man with his neck twisted 180 degrees backwards. Right now we're in interim between these stages. And this is what we're going to do in between each little stage here, where it's going to be a little bit of free play. Imagine you guys are right in front of this building, it collapsed. What do you guys do?
Okay, so like she's like, how close is the collapsed building, or like where actually I guess where she is?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know what? We'll say 120 feet. We're not gonna go in combat initiative here, but she's 120 feet away in the distance, and you just clearly spot her out among the rubble.
I need to check the range of something.
Yeah, no problem. While you're doing that, I'm gonna get a couple things done in the background here. Yeah. Please, all of you speak amongst yourselves.
Hi, guys.
Not that kind of
Hey.
speaking. Son of a bitch.
I
Alright,
feel like out of everybody who was in agony, Sierra's like the most normal and being like just staring at everybody, just like bending over. It's like, what? As they just kind of look and they're just very like, I have no clue what happened, but I think the moment of time is to act now. And they will go assist people.
All right. You're going in. You're barreling in to help people out. What about everyone else?
Okay, I do have the perfect spell.
Okay. What's the perfect spell here?
Because if I can cast Vortex Warp at level 3, it's like then I can extend the spell's range by 30 feet to a total of 120.
Hell yeah.
So yes, I will expend a level 3 spell slot to teleport her from under the rubble next to us.
Yeah, done. Absolutely. And just to
I
tell
think
you,
the funny part is that
Yeah.
he's maybe attempting to try to summon Eddie, but instead he summons Julie by accident.
Yeah, and you just hear her meep out. Just go, Etty? And she again, like eyebrows raised, like, you have to help him. He tried to save me. And she's like pointing towards the rubble, towards the man who looks clearly dead. And you see her you see her
We'll
begin to
help
run.
him as much as we can.
Yeah, she just begins to book it. She begins to run. She's running back over, trying to like Get this man out of the rubble, pulling one ice chunk after another, because keep in mind, all these buildings are sculpted from ice. How do you guys help?
Mavet would rush over there and check to see if he's alive or not.
How do you check?
I use a medicine check.
All right, let's see a medicine check.
While
DC
he's
shall be
doing
low.
that, I'll
Yep.
use my put these muscles to work and try and lift off that stuff off of him with a strength
Yeah.
check.
Absolutely. Let's see that. Let's see the athletics. Oh, by the way, I'm not going to be asking you guys. I'm not going to be rolling for you guys. Just roll from your sheet. Yes. So as you're rolling that, Aluya, give me that athletics. I want athletics specifically. Mavet, how do you check to see if someone's all right?
So I see his head is 180 degrees. So I'm trying to slowly turn it around and see if he starts breathing or if there's movement. Or even might feel a faint pulse, although I wouldn't really know what that is.
Tyler, what kind of indications do you give for your character as his head is undeniably twisted 180 degrees?
Well, the first thing my vet would notice is that there is, while he's going around and feeling things, the moment he moves the head, the eyes fly open. These pair of bright green emerald eyes staring directly at him, despite the head being a full, well, neck broken 180 degrees around. They don't exactly look too much alive, but the motion should be more than enough to indicate that something is up here.
Okay. So let's go one step at a time here. First of all, it's been a while since we've seen Jelenua, so let's take a look at the art. That is what the
You
woman
said she
looks
was
like.
ugly? False.
Yes, very. I know, very beautiful.
Fake news.
Fake news. And let's have a look at our man. As you begin to open your eyes and react to the world around you, buddy, you notice that there's a lot more fire and chaos than what you remember. It is a beautiful scene to capture. This raw chaos, this raw emotion as centaurs are galloping through the streets is a juxtaposition between the wild and the urban, the fires with ice. It's all beautiful.
Excuse me, sir. Would you bother tilting my head another 90 degrees but downwards so that way I may look at the fires ongoing? The sight is quite delectable.
This one is alive, but he's using fancy words. Did we
How do you
save
guys-
him, Eddie?
Yeah, how do you guys react to the corpse on the ground?
I think because of Aaliyah's bad roll, I think because she noticed that the corpse was moving, it kind of like freaked her out. So her full concentration wasn't on lifting the rubble off of them.
Yep.
So she kind of stumbles back and's like, "Are you not dead?"
Somewhere in between.
Like a vampire.
Deader than that. Think more walking, talking, possessed corpse.
Oh, like a zombie.
Well, we shouldn't have you as a corpse for much longer. I will go ahead and cast gaseous form on him.
Okay.
Damn.
All right. See?
So he could just wiggle out of there.
Okay. As you cast a gaseous form, please take off that spell slot. We see, you know what? I'm going to allow Mavet, flavor it up. Like, what does this look like when it's casted on a human? Because I imagine this is more meant towards your own body, and there's a weird, like, a change in biology here.
So this was fun. This was like one of the only ones I had time to really think about.
Mm.
So as Mavet lays his hand, because it is a touch spell, upon this corpse, the smoke starts to tendril from his fingertips in and up towards this person's chest as it reaches up through their neck and starts filling up their mouth. It doesn't seem like it's hurting them as their skin begins to change and they're enveloped by the smoke from the inside out, turning into a gaseous form.
All right. And how do you react, my friend? Like, as your body begins to transform?
My, if this is going to kill me, what a disgusting way to go.
Oh, well, no, he can't talk.
Ah,
Well,
then,
again, I'm imagining this as it's happening, not when the spell is
He's
finished.
definitely
But yes.
thinking it.
You begin to turn to gaseous form. Do you maintain the spell, or do you just drop concentration when he gets out?
Mavet is gonna move his hand through the gaseous cloud and try to make little shapes before ending his concentration.
Tyler, you feel as if your organs are being... You feel as if your organs are being repositioned within your body, much like a clay being molded. It's very strange. You think your heart is near your pelvis now.
Fascinating.
All right. And again, we're not going to linger on this too much. I assume you drop concentration and everyone is free. The chaos is all around you. This is still a high tense situation. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to gather information from each other. That is, Tyler, you trying to figure out the situation, what this party is about, and vice versa with the party towards this individual. Go.
So, if you don't mind telling me, as he snaps his head fully back around to stare at you, what, is the cause of all of this beauty surrounding me at the moment? And you watch as he points to the dead bodies in the fire.
I'm not sure if I would necessarily call it beauty, but explosions and an invasion force.
Delectable. Now, why don't you explain to me what your place is in all of this? Because while I might have survived and he waves his hand toward the ice that crushed him previously, survived that, I feel the need to repay the debt for pulling me out of it before I would be forced to spend about what could have been potentially hundreds of years trapped either under the ice or in the water.
Before we move on, Eddie, why don't you explain what your character kind of looks like here? Because your original art doesn't quite match what you have in mind now.
Yes, like standing before you is about a 5'9" otter-like individual, and like contrary to his like current picture, he is actually currently wearing a very nice like like a kind of like a ash gray suit. It's like with a bit of like some purple embellishments here and there. It's like and a nice like a pair of shoes with like a small little like wingtips on either side. It's like not too like extravagant, but like of a barely perceptible. And he is currently probably just trying to maybe mulling over things in the current situation that is a bit peculiar even for him. Like he is now smoking on what appears to be a golden vape pen, just kind of puffing on it, thinking on. It's like, yeah, yep, I needed this.
Before we get back into roleplay, Mavet, balls in your court. What does your character look like?
Well, I don't play basketball, but Mavet looks to be completely made out of wood and smoke, with a gaping crevices throughout him where white smoke seeps out. He is twisted and gnarled with thorns all about. He looks what you would call a monstrosity.
All right. Let's look at the other two girls here. Sierra, how about you start us off? You said that you're doing something in particular while this is all going on. You see injured bodies littered around.
Oh yeah, no, Seer does not give a flying fuck about the invisibility thing. She's just going full ham on triaging. Straight up throwing caution out the wind because everything's going to shit, for a lot of people.
And what's your character look like?
So, very much like the image, they are, once they break invisibility, I would say, okay, let me grab my notes because for some reason my brain just turned off. I had a brain moment. Suddenly it's how to describe. Anyway, 5'7" tall, charcoal black-skinned woman with long flame-like hair that wears a black form-fitting clothing. However, you see the yellow glowing cracks that cover their skin. It's more of an orange color, and the scar that's supposed to be orange is now a bright yellow. So it's like the colors inside switched.
So
their eyes... Oh, go ahead.
I need to specify something. So you look like a genasi.
Yeah.
Okay. Noted.
I look like a genasi. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I look like a genasi.
I love it. What about you, Luya? Are you following suit here? Do you look like your typical self, or do you look like your born-again Aluyism?
I still maintain the whole thing that I still look predominantly human. Though if you take a closer inspection, you're going to notice something quite isn't right. So she's about 5'6", tan skin. She's curvaceous. She has really long, soft salmon-colored hair that goes white at the tips, with salmon-colored eyes. But if you look closer at her skin, it seems to be slightly translucent, and then the veining, which is not veining, you see these streaks of electricity pass through her, and even in her hair, the static of electricity kind of whizzes on through, in and out. And she loves to wear her shorts and her fishnets.
Okay.
But she's got her spear and her shield, and even her armor doesn't quite look like armor. It's like clothing, woven into armor, so it kind of looks like everyday wear, but she's fully protected.
All right. And what's she doing at the moment? Is she participating with the boys trying to get a read on this guy, or is she helping Seer, treat the wounded?
She went off with Jelenua to try and help this supposedly dead guy. So she's currently with them.
Yeah, Jelenua is right next to you, and she's just saying, "Oh, thank the gods. See, I would have been so scared if he would have died." And you just see her tentacles wriggling in the air, and she's just looking around at the chaos, and if she could cry, she would be crying, but you see her skin turning white. She has almost the camouflage-esque skin, but it's more like a chameleon that responds to her emotion with color. And you see it, she's like a light blue, if not white, as she's looking around at this chaos. What will we do? Tyler, I can't remember if I asked you for a full description of what you look like or if we glossed over it.
We glossed over it.
Okay, let's go over you so we can get all the descriptions out of the way. What do you look like as you snap your head into place?
Of course. So the figure standing before you is an interesting-looking individual. There are parts of him that looks like they were not originally a part of his form, almost as if they grew and poked out of his skin at some point, such as the fox ears upon his head and the almost scales growing on his arms all the way up to his shoulders and his neck. On his chest, you can see this bright red tattoo of a red spider lily, but with each kind of stem leaf that comes off, you see horrific images of various different ways people die. Some with slashes, some through burning, and a whole variety of such marks you can tell continue all the way down his body.
So you're describing a villain.
We'll get there. And as you look closer at the chest, you can see this huge, almost where it looks like somebody stitched together a gaping hole with these ethereal blue stitches. And on his face, where it looks like there's a smile, you notice at the edges there's also wide scars going, faded at this point, but going all the way up, forming an almost forced smile. And somewhere behind his eyes, you can see almost a flicker of something else lurking deep within.
All right. That being said, I'm going to give you guys about 3 minutes here before I move on to the next scene. Tyler, you have the floor.
So, do tell me which side of this conflict you're on, as I would quite like to repay not being crushed underneath that ice for the next potential.
We're kind of on the side of keeping the city intact.
So that means you're against those centaur-looking things? I believe that's what they are.
Well, at least against what they're doing, it's a bit of a complicated situation. A lot of special prejudice.
Well, simply direct me at whichever thing needs to die, and I shall make it so.
As if almost on cue. You can go ahead, Eddie, if you have a one-liner.
Well, you see, our current one is kind of trying to keep some people alive, and then that's one.
Yep. And I can't do the sound because I can't even think of what the hell it would actually sound like. But you hear the sound or the scream of an elk, and coming around. Thank you. One more time, really loud. There you go. We see it coming around the corner, and weirdly enough, it has a giraffe print on its fur, just like a lot of the centaurs. Again, that's a very strange thing. You don't understand why these creatures would paint themselves, perhaps, or if it's a natural pattern, have that in this tundra-like environment. It seems to be the opposite of camouflage. It makes you stand out. But at this time, we're going to break up the skill challenge with the combat, baby!
Go!
Yep. We're going to test out all these characters. Go. Before I transition you guys, I'm going to allow you to place yourselves where you want here. Adjust this.
Oh, then disregard my message I sent you. Because if it wasn't combat, I was going to just do the... How would I describe it? The record for the most heals possibly done by someone. in this game for multiple characters.
Okay. So,
But if I don't need to, I'm okay with that.
it's gonna be a long day. I'm going to recommend that you guys try your best to conserve what you have, because not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hold any punches back. You guys are in for some difficult encounters in the future.
Use
If
all
you
my
guys,
fancy new spell slots.
yep, I'm gonna place you guys down, and I want you to place yourselves within this red square. You guys can put yourselves anywhere within it. And
Where are the most
Jelenia,
injured people?
I'm gonna say towards, well, either one of, well, building on the right. That's one that collapsed. Say that.
All right, put me there.
You can move yourself. Because there's a couple things I need to adjust. Wherever Aluya is, Jelenia will be right next to.
Right, how do I bring up my special menu?
Right click your token, top left.
Hooray!
Yep. Me.
Which way
So-
would the elk have been coming from?
I will show you.
All right.
That's the one I will show
Seer
you.
has taken over the map.
Yep. Once you guys are done, I will reveal everything. But that is the one that you notice. I guess I should show like what this elk looks like.
It's friend shape.
It is not. It is barreling towards you. All right.
Awkward in first introductions are always like that. Sometimes they just stumble into you, and then you become friends.
All right. If that's where everyone's going to be, am I correct with that? No one's going to move. No one's going to do anything else here.
Nope.
Okay. You guys are always expecting an encounter within the city, so it's not fair for me to say that you guys were surprised in any way, shape, or form. But you guys are surrounded by elk and some centaurs. Oh, let me make the last one clear. And again, is what seems strange to all of you is throughout the chaos, this encounter seems a little too coordinated. Because, again, one elk, fine. One elk and centaur, coincidence. Fucking 6 enemies, something's happening here. I'm going to roll for initiative.
They want my candles.
Okay. Go through all the growing pains here.
Oh, speaking of growing pains, I just realized that all my spells that I have been all like unprepped. So now I gotta figure out what spells I had prepped beforehand.
All right. Yep. So please try to prep up your spells and get them ready. All right. We're starting off with the centaur here. I'm gonna spread the love here. My vet, how you feeling, buddy?
I am feeling like wood.
Okay. I'm going to go in this order. The centaur moves forward. Moves 20 feet forward. And again, if you guys probably should know this. If you guys drag your tokens as if you're about to move, it will track your movement correctly. But you see, as this centaur does a charge, or at least moves a bit forward, that it gets advantage on its attack rolls. It reels back, or I shouldn't say reels back, it brings back its bowstring. You hear it screeching in the air, and it lets fly 3 arrows. Mavet, I'm going to give you 2, and Seer, I'm actually going to give you 1. And here's the reasoning. Because one, Mavet looks like a goddamn monster. Towards you, Seer, you are healing people. And that's a big no-no. All right. I'll make the attacks really quick here. The first two go towards you. The third one will go towards Seer. All with advantage. All right, that is 22, 20, and 21. So 22 and 20, does that hit you at all, Mavet?
Yes.
All of them?
Yes.
All right. Do damage. You take a total of 19 damage, unless there's anything you can do. This is a flying projectile. Yay? Nay? All right. All right. You're choosing to deflect attack, redirect attack. When an attack roll hits you, damaging including bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, which one of these are, you can take a reaction to reduce the attack's damage against you. The reduction equals 1d10 plus your dexterity modifier and monk level. All right. All right, so let's roll the damage icon. That should tell us how much you reduce. Because dexterity does not play into this yet.
No, that did 1d8.
Yep. No, 1d8. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it's hooked up to do with the right one.
That's why I told you to check everything. Don't worry, just roll a d10. I know. My expectations is everyone's going to encounter something this session. That seems like 11. Is the modifier correct? Is that your dexterity plus your monk level?
Yeah, it would be 10. So plus my dex, my monk level, it would be 15.
That's not right. It should be a 9.
A d10 plus my
Oh
dexterity.
yeah. You're adding. Sorry,
Plus my monk level.
I was focused on the static. So yeah, it's 9. It's 9 plus 6, 15. You are correct. All right. So with 15, you actually are able to send it back. I will make well, who do you choose to send it back to? Well, do you choose to send it back?
Yes, I choose to send it back.
All right, so you're spending a focus point.
Yes.
Well, man, I don't think you want to actually. It's if you do so, choose a creature within 5 feet of yourself. If the attack was melee, okay, 60 feet. All right, so who do you choose?
Return to sender.
Return to sender. All right, they will make a dexterity saving throw. 18. You succeed. Is this a half damage, or is it just no damage period? Or take damage equal 2 times martial arts die. Damage, same one dealt by attack. Okay, I see what the damage was for. The damage that you did was for that last little tidbit. I understand. All right. It misses. Please take off a focus point. You do no damage. All right. Going towards a seer. Does 21 hit you, or is that a miss?
That is a miss. Basically, as the arrow flies, very much Seer's just shield just suddenly goes off and just brings their arm up.
It is a little bit startled, thinking you guys were a bit easier prey than this. It takes a couple steps back here. Yeah, 20 feet forward, 20 feet back. All right. The elk is coming in here. And it'd be the 1-2 of the stage right here. Okay. Unfortunately, it's a little too close. So what it's going to be doing is... it's going to do 2 rearing kicks. We go move in position here. Moves into position, threatening two people. And it is going to try to kick you, Tyler.
All right.
2 rearing kicks. Unfortunately, it did not charge forward here. Just moved a little forward. So it will be 2 straight rolls. All right. 16 is miss, 19 is a hit, unless you can stop me.
I will hold off on stopping you for now, and I will take 1 hit.
Okay. You take 22 damage.
All right.
I will apply that to your sheet. All right. And just gonna double check here. Nope. Nothing else towards that as the end of its turn. Mavet, before your turn starts, I believe I forgot to add the damage from the second hit here. Let me apply that really quick. Yep, 7 damage. Gonna apply 7 damage to you.
Ugh.
Yep. Hurt. Alright. What does it look like when you're bloodied?
So when Mavet is bloodied, his bark loses its luster, and you start seeing, as he moves, little pieces falling off of him.
Okay. Bloodied is an actual condition in the game. Right.
It's a fun
What do you
thing
do
that
for your
they
turn?
added back to the game so that
I
players
love it.
have a more visual indication of what has, like, how damaged a creature is.
It's very nice that a fair amount of the homebrew that I do in my game is just rules now, so it's pretty cool. Okay. So you're moving
Mavet
straight
is
north.
going to straight north and towards the arrow center.
Well, you're getting a little ahead of yourself. As you pass by, you left the creature's reach. Both of theirs, actually. Both of the giant elk will attack you.
Jesus Christ, they have some range.
Yep. Yeah, just making sure. Yep, definitely. You definitely got out of both their reach. All right, I'm going to make the attack. I'm going to make it twice. It's going to be straight rolls. It's a 3 for the first one. Oh my god, double 3s, you lucky bitch. All right, both of them try to kick you as you come by, but you definitely dodge. What do you do?
I wasn't paying any attention to it, as Mavet has his sights on one person in particular to die.
Okay.
I will use the last of my movement to get even closer to them.
Okay.
Any bullshit,
Nope.
then Mavet is going to make 1 unarmed strike.
As you do that, nothing happens. You're fine. Keep going.
Does a 14 hit?
Make sure you target the creature. Hover and press T. No, 14 does not hit.
Then I will use my another attack.
Okay. Oh, you're rolling poor. 17 is a hit.
And then I will use that to shove.
You'd be shoving them into building.
Right. And then they would also be
Uh,
prone. Or I'm going to cause it to shove to have the prone condition.
Oh, you're just gonna try to make them prone? What
Yes.
ability is allowing you to do this?
New monk bullshit.
Yeah, let's hear
Unarmed
it.
strike.
Yeah, let's hear it.
You make
Might
a
as well go
melee
through it.
attack that involves using your body to deal one of the following effects: damage, grapple, shove. Shove is the target must succeed on a strength/dex. It chooses which. Saving throw equals DC equals 8 plus proficiency bonus plus strength, or you can either push it 5 feet away or cause it to have the prone condition.
And just no cost whatsoever, no resources, no focus points.
No, that's just tied to new unarmed attacks.
Nice, that's what I like. All right.
Well, you need to look at the monk version of it. It's calculating based off of your dexterity, and you do need to remember that you're doing that effect instead of dealing damage, unless
Right.
you have an ability that lets you do it as well.
Okay.
So I'm using dex instead, but I'm not doing damage.
All right, let's look at that really quick. That's 4, and I believe proficiency bonus should be, is it 4 right now?
4, yeah.
Yep, so 4 plus 4, 8, that's 16. All right, so dexterity save, is it a dexterity saving throw, did you say?
Strength or dex, your choice.
Yeah, strength or dex. I'll go dexterity. Oh, you lucky son of a bitch. They're prone.
And then for my bonus action, I will use a flurry of blows.
Okay.
I gotta find it. This will be at advantage because they're prone, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Nice. I see we can still get advantage.
Hell yeah. I like to see.
Wow.
That it hits. Oh my god, dude. 5 damage minimum. All right. Your next attack.
Sorry, it was glitching out.
Yep, no problem. That was a single. It should have been with advantage. Yep.
That will hit.
Mm-hmm. 21 is a hit. Let's see it. All right, 7 damage. Barely scratching him.
And then that will end my turn.
Well, I want to hear the flavor of this because this is pretty intense, cinematic. So we see you along with your friends. You pick out a target. What does this look like?
As Mavet was shot with a arrow, his anger fuels him to go straight to the source. As he finds the ugly creature, he attempts to strike it with its fist and he misses. And he goes for a leg sweep in order to knock it down on the ground, where he grabs the creature by its scruff and lands 2 hard attacks straight to its face.
Okay. All right, if that's the case, that'll be the end of your turn. Okay. Sorry, I'm just double checking something here. All right. So as it gets to the centaur's turn, it's the very same one that you were attacking. It will spend half its movement to get up. Actually, there is something I do want to check here before we move on. Apologies. should have had this set up. There we go. Oh, beautiful. All right. It is not worth it. I do apologize for taking people's time, but I was just double checking one thing here. There it is. Okay. Sorry, I was just double checking one ruling here, but it's fine. As this creature stands up, it will take out its sword and swing at you. And here's the part that might be interesting to you as it swings its bastard sword at you. It'll make it normally. 17 is a miss. And as a part of this particular multi-attack, I can disengage. And that's what I'm going to do as it tries to get away from you. But it did not make 3 attacks. Just double checking the movement here. All right, got it. Yeah, that's as far as I can get. I think I might actually have to go one back. There we go. All right, it moves 25 feet. It is at the center of the street, north of where the rest of the party is, south of where Mavet is. Next one is the elk. It is actually going to take a couple steps back here since it has room. And it is going to charge forward. And it is going to split up its attacks between 2 people. It's going to be at advantage against. It's going to be at advantage against Tyler, and it's going to be a normal rearing kick against Eddie here. I'm going to start off with Tyler. Natural 20.
Silvery barbs.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. I knew you would.
Wonder how that would look.
Yeah. Remind me, is Silvery Barb's one more roll and the worst between all 3?
The creature must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll.
I
It
believe
does not specifically specify, but
yeah.
in this
The
case,
lowest
it would
roll
be
is a d20.
Yeah, okay. So I do have the right interpretation then. All right. So that's 17, 20 are the rolls. I'm going to roll one more. And it will be regular. That will be the lowest roll, and that's 20. All right. What does your silver barbs look like as the antlers come in, digging into your flesh?
As one of the particularly largest parts of the antlers looks like it's about to smash into him, he steps to the side, points, while he takes a step back, tries to maneuver his body, points at the elk in front of him, and despite its lack of understanding, he still says, "That is an ugly way to attempt to kill someone. Try something more beautiful and tasteful next time as he gets stabbed.
Eddie, the rearing kick misses you, and it hits the ice building behind you, leaving fissures and spiderweb cracks. All right, it is the next giant elk's turn. And come around the corner. Making sure. Yeah, okay. It comes in, same dealio. Aluya is going to attack you with the antlers with advantage, and Seer, the rearing kick is going to be a straight roll.
Oof.
Anything you'd like to do to that, or is there anything you can do to that, Aluya? With a 27 total, a natural 20.
I mean, if it was just a regular 27, I can shield that, no issue. But it's a net 20.
I will celebrate Barb's your natural 20.
Okay. That is a 20 and a 13. Let's see if it's even. Oh, advantage, before I forget. From both of you. Where's the advantage going?
Oh, mine will go to Mavet.
Okay, Mavet. Mavet, you have advantage. Eddie, what about yours?
I will give mine to Aluya.
I don't believe it's worth the reroll since the 13 is 20, and that'd be a natural miss. All right. Going towards the rearing kick towards Seer. As the antlers miss. You know what, Eddie? Because that was you're really fast with that. What does it look like again with that new magic flowing through you? How does that take form with your silver barbs?
It's like now it seems more like as the creature is about to deal, like a critical blow, as it were. Like Eddie kind of like tries to reach out, but instead of once again like an Eddie manifesting, it's like instead like a smoky tendrils like start to appear like around, like sending like out from Eddie and then around the creature and start like pulling them down a bit, making their attack like miss Aluya instead of what would have been a more fatal strike.
Oh yeah. The rearing kick misses Seer. It crumbles and turns to ice cubes, the chunks of ice rubble from the other building to the east. This one's going to be a particular case. Seer, I'm actually going to give you 2 hits with the longbow. Eddie, I'm going to give you 1, and you have half cover, because this fucking elk that I placed in the middle of the road is obstructing me. So we'll start off with the 2. We'll start off with the 2 longbow attacks. All these will be with advantage, because again, she charged forward 20 feet before making any attacks. All right, I'm going to make
Is it just melee attacks, or is it all attacks?
It is all attacks with this particular charge on the centaur. All right. It looks like they want to try to move as much as possible. The 19 from the first attack is missed. The I'm just rolling hot. It's a natural 20 on you, Seer. I don't believe there's anything you can do against this. Unless there's another
I don't have
silver
reaction,
barbs.
so.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't believe there's another
my
silver
reaction's
barbs in the
fine,
party. Yeah, it's just how it goes, unfortunately.
Cheese and gray.
Yep. Gonna do critical hits.
If it
against
was,
Seer.
kind of wish they were like right by me because then I could have like done something. But in this case, I'm gonna take that damage. I have no choice.
28, and you're gonna be pushed back 5 feet because I can't remember if I hit anyone successfully last round. It doesn't matter. Again, hands up chess piece. But if this creature makes a attack with advantage with its longbow and it hits, it'll move him 5 feet back. So you're forcibly moved back. All right, Eddie. Although this is going to be with advantage, with its 3rd longbow attack, you do have +2 to your AC. Please remind me of it. I'm just rolling high, buddy. 26. Yep, even with plus 2,
yeah, I
that'd
can't
be
do anything
23.
about it.
All right. Going in for a normal hit. You have nowhere that you can be pushed, so you will just take 10 damage. I will apply that to your character. All right. It is going to move back. Again, is just prancing around. It might even actually might have moved diagonally this way. It'll be the end of its attack. Seer, it's going to be your turn. Aluya, you're next on deck. Please think about your turn. Before we actually dive into Seer's turn, I just want to, again, seeing how this is all playing out here. It seems like a lot of the advantages and a lot of the strategies come from long-range attacks and being able to move around. If they're able to do that, then things are going to go downhill quick for the party. So please keep that in mind, everybody, as we move forward here. And retreating is always an option as well. But please, go on, Seer.
Everybody's looking pretty hurt, correct?
I think
okay.
only 2 people are bloodied. That'd be Mavet and yourself.
I'm just trying to think, because the problem is I could try to disable this elk, but the problem, or not the elk, but the hunter, but the problem is, like, then I would be gambling on HP situation. I want them to come after me. But go ahead.
I can try, and if you're talking about making sure that they can't move, I've used spells that can help with that.
I kind of want them to move when it comes to my turn.
Well, the ones by you are not the problem. It's the one that's just tagging us with arrows nonstop.
So that would be the 2 down south.
I can handle the elk. The hunter's the one that's really causing issues. But for the time being, I think this is the best course of action I can do. Alright, so. I have an elk in my face, correct?
Yes, there's a giant elk right in your face.
I shoot it in the face.
Okay. Hell yeah. Let's see it.
And it's 5 feet close to me. I make it with advantage. And it'll get extra damage if I do that.
Okay. All right, just to make sure, your stress is, or not stress, sorry, other game. Your exhaustion is currently at level 1, correct?
I don't remember. It's been a while. I had to write it down. It was easy to write it down, but the sheets changed too.
Well, let's go better safe than sorry, because usually you maintain 1 level of stress. The main reason I say this is because you got +1 weapon, and exhaustion always goes, I believe, 2 times your level of exhaustion, so it'd be a -2 to all your rolls here. Or I should say all d20 rolls. Yep.
For it.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's look at the actual roll here. How accurate is that formula there with that in mind?
It would be pretty accurate. I rolled low, so.
What I'm saying is you didn't add anything to your circumstance bonus, like the exhaustion got cut off. Like
I didn't add anything. I didn't add the bonus of the exhaustion at all. So you could take.
Okay.
You could add the bonus with that number.
Okay. So your dexterity is 2, and proficiency bonus 4. All right. So that would just be without the that would just be -2 total. Well, not -2. That'd be -1 because it's +1 item. Doesn't look like it was applied. It's a +1 item, -2. It'd be 15 total roll. 15 is still hit. Sorry, I'm just making sure this is being done right. Just remember with your rolls, put in a -1. All right.
Sounds good.
Do the damage. That'll be 2d4
Make sure.
plus 3d6.
I was hoping it added it. It must have changed. Dang, I'll have to just type it in.
Yep, no problems. Just write that down for me, and I'll look at it post-session. Yep, 19 damage. All right, you shoot it. Where
Beautiful.
do you shoot it?
Well, it's rearing its ugly antlers at us, so probably at the antler. If I could blast it off, that'd be fun.
Yeah, you chip off some of its antler. Not all of it. You didn't do that much damage, but you definitely take off a couple horns. Or a couple of its... I'm not even sure what the fuck that's called on the antler, but a couple of the spikes. What else do you do during your turn?
As a bonus action, I will cast Mass Healing Word.
Okay.
And due to being an alchemist, I'll add a +6 to that, whatever I roll.
Okay. Do Mass Healing Word. And please, as you put it in, please tell me what this looks like visually.
Well, the sad thing is Seer usually has their syringes and everything like that, but due to their tool being stuck, instead, without the flourish, they're just being like, fine. And then suddenly you just see them with their wand just start... It's going to be the silliest thing, but I want you to imagine they just spin around this laser at their allies. So it's basically they laser point someone to heal them.
Okay.
Laser pointer.
Let's see the healing. All right, that's 18 healing. Please, everyone, I'm not going to do this for you. Please add 18 healing to each one of your sheets. Anything else on your turn?
Not really. I can't really do much because if I move away, it's just the situation of like that. So I think what I'll do is I'll move closer back to where I was originally, just to make it so that there's no shenanigans.
All right, Aluya, it's your turn. What do you do?
I think I have enough space. I want to drop a fireball between these three people.
Okay, let's see the template. I want to make sure that's not going to accidentally hit somebody. I don't believe it should, but better safe than sorry.
How do I draw?
You don't need draw, just cast a spell and make sure you press on template, and it'll allow you to drop it.
Okay, and I also want to state that I'm going to transmute it to lightning damage.
Good, I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to see the template. No need to roll the dice.
I'm going to cast it at 5th level.
Okay.
Cast spell. Place template.
All right, what's the total amount of dice?
I can't do it because it's going to hit. This is bigger than I was expecting.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Make sure you organize it.
Sacrifice Mavet, you're good.
Ah!
Nah, I don't think so,
That's
dude.
maximum damage, dude.
I mean, if it's a dexterity saving throw, I might be able to make it if you need to put it on me.
No, you don't want
Let's
that,
go
dude.
over the total amount of damage as you try to figure that out. How much damage dice?
Can I switch it to a different spell? I know what I'll do instead. I can still get more people, but...
It's still your turn. You didn't roll the dice. You didn't place it down. You didn't expend the spell slot. Go right ahead.
It's fine, yeah. I was thinking it was going to stay between Mavet and...
And that's the main
we
reason
don't know their name yet.
Yeah, that's the main reason I didn't want you to Go without the template. What are you gonna do instead?
Okay. I'm just gonna lightning bolt these two guys.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let me see the template again.
It's a straight line.
Straight line. Okay, that's towards the elk to the south and the centaur hunter to the southwest.
Correct.
All right. Please put down the template and tell me how many damage dice, please.
Sure.
Keep in mind, Tyler, you're on deck.
Yep. Are you thinking?
Yep. Total amount of dice.
Why does it say I have 0 5th level slots?
Probably because you expended it to do the fireball.
Jeez Louise, but I didn't
just
use it.
Yep. Well,
Just
you put down the
unclick
you put down the template. It was expecting you to roll dice after that. It's perfectly fine though. Give yourself back to the spell slot. Spend it again.
Hooray.
Yep. No problem.
It's not
said-
doing it the way I want. How do I rotate this bad boy?
Should be control mouse scroll wheel.
It's not happening for me. Make it work.
It's fine. I know who you're going to target. Just
Okay.
let me delete it. It's going to be 60 points of damage. You don't need to expend a channel divinity or anything. It seems like there's a regional effect that's making electricity act strange in this region. Almost as if a certain titan is having an effect on the weather. You lucky girl.
Okay. I'm not going to use my destructive wrath.
Yeah, I would hope not. You nearly obliterate this elk. It is limping and it's missing its front leg. Like I said, you didn't need to roll. It's perfectly fine.
Oh. Okay.
It is automatically maximum damage. Keep that in mind, everybody. Because not only can you use it, the enemies can use it as well.
Each of these elks, all the elks take 4 lightning damage.
All right. Gotcha. 4 and 4. And was that a reaction?
Yep, that's part of me using a lightning spell. My Heart of the Storm.
Yeah.
They're within 10 feet of me, so they each can take it.
Absolutely. All right, what does this magic look like? Again, keep in mind, something is different in the air. You feel like you are a different person. Your blood feels like static electricity. Your muscles are spasming. What does this magic look like?
Kind of feeling like I have all this buildup inside of me, and I'm anxious, I'm nervous, but I'm also kind of feeling good. I focus in on myself and kind of like release it out from my chest in a straight line towards these 2 individuals, and then this buildup of excess energy shoots down from the ground and hits these 3 elks.
Okay. Like that. Is that all on your turn?
Yes.
All right. Tyler, it is your turn. Eddie, you're on deck. What are you going to do, Tyler?
All right, I'll ask this pretty really quick. Do you want control on these 3 up front, or are you fine with me just going full damage for this round? Alrighty then, since
I was going to say, not everyone at once.
Depends on the control, because
it would just be trying my best to restrain and get rid of the movement of these 3 up in front of me. I cannot do anything about the people to the south. All right, then.
I mean, if you could take care of like one set, I can maybe take care of the other.
There we go.
I can do a lot of damage all at once. I think to all 5 of these things close to all of us, but that's the damage route.
Sound like control so far? because again, like if I like you guys have seen what happens if all these creatures move. You don't want them to get advantage.
All right, then in that case, I'm going to cast Evard's Black Tentacles.
Oh yeah, let's see it.
And then for the template,
Yep,
should
please place it down
be-
because it is important for a difficult terrain.
there we go.
All right, I'll make the strength saving throws really quick. What is DC? DC 17.
DC 17.
All right. One to the left, one to the right, then the one to the top. That's referring to both the elks and the centaur. All right, the one to the right is restrained. That's really cool. Just what's really cool, I always love gushing about Foundry, but with the new setup from Wizards of the Coast and their partnership with Foundry, they implemented an application for like these effects to be on a timer with the rounds and what have you. It's directly linked to. Yeah, 2 passes, 1 failure.
All right,
what's
then
the other
that one elf
effects?
is going to take 3d6 bludgeoning damage, and it will be restrained,
Okay.
which means that it cannot move.
Yep, roll that damage. All right, 8. Nothing impressive, but still, it's something.
All right, with that said, I'm also going to use a Bardic Inspiration and give that to Seer as a bonus action.
What does that take form of?
You watch as as his body like rips open for a moment from that little like stitch across his chest, and this almost like blue ethereal energy reaches out and forms into tentacles, trying to grasp at these beings in front of him. You notice that his body starts to move, almost as if music. He's hearing it constantly in his head, and he's moving his sword in such ways that you feel almost like you're watching this mystical performance, and you feel power start to seep into your bodies. This blue energy also starts to infuse you.
Hell yeah. Don't forget that, Seer, that you have Bardic Inspiration. Anything else on your turn?
Yes, because I am a College of Dance Bard, I'm going to also strike at one of these elk near me with my Bardic damage. Specifically the one that is restrained.
Please attack with advantage.
All right. Be a 26 to hit.
Yeah, 18 for 26 is a hit. You're hitting the one to the east.
Yep.
Yep.
All right,
Nothing.
take 7 more damage.
Yep, 7 damage. All right, what does a strike look like?
As he's kind of like swaying back and forth with both hands on his sword, it's almost as if for a moment something else takes over and his eyes kind of go dead. And this blue energy surrounds his leg as he swings out his leg and just kicks this elk in the face. Well,
Okay.
what it equates to an elk's face.
All right. Eddie, it's your turn. What do you do?
Okay, so which of the ones are currently restrained?
The one to the far
one-
east. One right here.
Oh, so only one of them is restrained, or is that the
Yep,
only
only
one that
one.
wasn't restrained?
Yeah, that's the only one that got
Right.
restrained.
Oh, for some reason I thought you said 2 got restrained.
No, vice versa. 2 succeeded,
Okay.
1 failed.
Okay. Not the end of the world. But...
They unfortunately rolled rather well.
Like the real question I have in mind is that like I was really hoping you could take care of all 3 of them so that I could direct something more toward the south, but I think I have no choice but to at least try for the north instead.
Okay.
Actually, one quick question.
Yep.
Would I possibly have had the benefit of already having my packed weapon set up?
Yeah. Go right ahead. Absolutely.
So,
What does this take the form of? Let me hear it.
so it's like, well, the more interesting part is, and this relates to the sudden acquisition of an item, as I'm uh, uh, just like Eddie, like looking around, like not really sure exactly what to do with himself because Eddie isn't quite there. It's like he sort of feels his hand like suddenly like forcefully moved out, and um, so, and for whatever reason, maybe it's just like the weird energy in the air. It's like it takes the form of a staff of power that is like imbued in smoky shadows. And
Before you go on, because I do want to add something here, the significance of being left alone. We've seen how like Eddie reacts to it. You've gotten emotionally stronger and had revelations in the future. But the current shape that he takes is that of a sea elf, and all around you is darkness and fire, and you see the figures of sea elves running while it's raining around you. Like there's a light patter, and again, it's just like, wow, there's rain, sea elves, rain, sea elves. Where's rain? You look around and snap out of it. No, it's not time to focus on that. What do you do?
so I'm going to first use 2 sorcery points to use quicken spell, and I'm going to quicken a slow,
All right.
which I'll be able to hit or like try to affect a number of creatures within a 40-foot square.
Mhm.
And it's going to be the 4 that are closest to Eddie. I wish I could have included the one down south, but I could not.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
they each get to make a DC 19 now, Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. DC 19 same throw. Please put that in chat so I can expedite this. Yeah, no problem as I'm doing this. Saving throw for the first one. I believe I counted 3 elks. So again, we're going top to bottom, elk-wise, left to right. 18
Was like there are
for
4 creatures total.
Yep, I'm going with the elk first since I have the sheet open. Left, right. 18 for the one to your top left. 22 for your top right. The one to the south. Oh, I can't remember if that was an elk or if that was a centaur. Nope, it was elk. Yep. That one fails to the south, and we'll go with the centaur. All right, I believe that's 2
How do I make
failures.
this post again?
You said your DC was 19 now, yes?
Yeah, 19.
No, I do apologize. That wasn't a success for the first one. So the only one that succeeded was weirdly not the one that was restrained. All the other ones are slowed.
So that is still a benefit, actually. But
please put in chat.
I'm
because it
trying.
does,
I asked how to do it again.
Oh, I apologize. There's a tab on the far right that looks like a little black bookmarkers, and one of them should be your spell category. Once you go to your spells and scroll down to your 3rd level spells,
No, I know where spells are. I just don't know how to make it post on the chat.
You just click on it.
Yeah.
Well, I keep clicking on it, but it's not showing up in the chat as far as I can tell.
Okay, let me have a look.
It's showing up. It's making it apparent for me. Like in like the sideway thing. Like, am I supposed to click on the word? Am I supposed to click on the picture? Because I'm doing both, and I'm just getting it on my end.
Okay. Yeah, because it's showing up in your chat.
Well, no, it's not even showing up in my chat. It's like it's just Like, because like every time you hover your mouse over a spell, like it gives you the description off to the side.
Yeah, it should have a little pop-up that gives you a black window that says a slow save, what spell level you're doing it at, and what have you.
Please tell me it's not behind my character sheet, because that is the stupidest thing.
I hope not.
It is behind my character sheet.
I apologize for that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me while I put an X through all these other windows I wasn't getting.
Yep, no problem. I'm gonna apply this to the creatures. Make sure you take off your sorcery points. Next one. Hi. And hi. All right, they are slowed. That does show for their AC as well as everything else it affects. All right. That was your bonus action. What are you doing with your main action?
Then, as my main action, it's just like oh yeah, as like the slow is like a coming into being, like similar to like the silvery barb situation. Only now, like these smoky tendrils start like appearing around like a number of these creatures, like and basically like wrapping themselves around like their arms and legs and trying to essentially like hold them down to some imaginary ground.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like Eddie just like blinking for a moment. Eddie?
Hell yeah.
All right, we'll fight together then. And he is going to hit the one in front of me. I'm going to hit them twice with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
Or maybe I'll hit this one once and then see what happens. So
Okay. Yeah, let's see it.
Now that I think about it, though, there was probably a way to set up packed weapon stuff that I'm not familiar with.
Let me actually just write all this shit down so I remember to do this post-session. What was Seer's thing again? I can't exactly remember. Gentleman's pistol. There we go.
Correct.
Pistol. Right. It just didn't have all the damage dice.
Yeah, it just wasn't doing like the advantage thingy. So it's like I usually was able to toggle it on and off, but I wasn't able to do it this time.
Gotcha. I'll make sure to look at it. Advantage. And packed weapon. All right.
Also, the rod showed up. I got it now.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. All right.
You know what? I'm just gonna roll d20s for now.
Also, hot damn, this rod weighs 30 fucking pounds. Holy crap, that's heavy.
Oh, right. Whoops. Get rid of one of those. That will be. What am I modifier again? 5, 9, 10, 11. 21 to hit.
21 is a hit.
Then I needed to also make a DC. Shoot, I need to see. I'm applying the topple mastery, but there's like a particular wording for like masteries when you have them make a saving throw. I just need to make sure if it's like the modifier to the attack roll or like based on the ability score you used. Mastery properties. Nick, Sad.
Constitution. Yep, Constitution. DC 8 plus ability fire made to make the attack roll and your proficiency bonus. All right, I got it.
I'm just trying to figure out if the DC is based on the sum total of the modifier, or if it's just based on everything involving the modifier. I'm assuming it's just the ability.
Ability modifier and
so
your
the-
proficiency bonus.
Yeah, so then it would be a DC 17.
DC 17, got you. Constitution save. All right. Let me actually double check something here. Yep, AC and dexterity saves, but this is Constitution. 16. What was your DC again? 17, you said?
17.
Yep, prone. Bam. All right. What'd you like to do now?
And you said that the other one was restrained, right?
The one
The
to
one off to the
the
right.
top east. Yep. The one top right is restrained.
Then Eddie's actually going to pop over here,
Hmm.
and he's going to... Oh, I should probably deal damage
Yep.
to the first one.
Yep. All right, 10 damage.
For 10 bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
And now I'll hit the other one, and since they're restrained, it'll be at advantage.
Yep.
They were affected by the slow spell, right?
That one was the only one that passed. Everyone else failed.
Oh, the only one passed. Okay.
Yeah.
In which case, that would be a 19 to hit.
19 is a hit.
All right, so they get to make the same Constitution saving throw while I deal damage.
Yep, Constitution saving throw, and I believe you said DC 17 if memory serves.
Yep.
All right, let's see. 14, that's also a failure. It drops prone. Mavet, what does it sound like when an elk is beaten with a quarterstaff from an otter?
Oh.
Very specific.
All right. I believe that was your bonus action, main action, movement. Anything else?
Actually, I believe didn't Mavet eat up the reaction of that one anyway? The one that's currently restrained and prone.
I believe so. Yeah, it hasn't gone back to his turn. Both
It was
of
the
them
one
actually.
to the left, I thought.
Both,
The
right and
reaction
left.
of- Oh, okay.
So then Eddie
Believe
will
so.
stand here and end his turn there.
Yeah. Yeah. Even as you move forward, you don't proc a attack of opportunity. Actually, I believe the one to top left still has this reaction, but again, you don't proc it.
So, but
Okay.
oh yeah, that's right. These things had a 10-foot reach.
Yep.
I didn't know if they had like a 5-foot attack anywhere. But yeah, as like Eddie is making these attacks, that's just like I almost want you to imagine like he's kind of like gliding on the battlefield as if on like a smoky carpet, as it were.
All right.
and like literally like hitting one down, and then like like being forcefully knocked to their feet, then like gliding over to the other one, also knocking at their feet, and then turning around and like facing the other one. Eddie wielding the staff, like, all right, this is kind of weird, but I'm liking it.
This is kind of weird. All right. If that's the case, it's going to be Jelenua's turn. You see her move her hands a bit as if to cast magic. Then she hesitates, looks around, and begins to dodge. All right. It is the centaur's turn. This is a good time to mention this person didn't act last round because I accidentally let the one to the south act twice. It's same. It would have used the same tactics, would have done the same attacks. It makes no difference. But I'm going to try to be better and at least announce that mistake. It will start off the round here. Eddie? Ugh, I hate your fucking position. You're going to get half cover with the first attack, and it will not be at advantage. It's going to be mid-stride.
Forget, is it this one to the north or the south?
This one is to the south.
Okay.
Yep, it is
South
trying.
left.
Yep. It is going to try to attack you, but the elk is in the way, and you're in between a wagon and a house. There's a lot of shit obstructing you. And it's going to go with the first longbow attack. Normal. Ugh, for a natural fucking one.
Oh,
Goes the full mile. Okay. That is about 20 feet, and it will attack with advantage. And I'm sorry, Siri, you're the only clear shot here, so I'm going to be picking on you.
Come at me.
Come at you. Yes, ma'am. 2 attacks.
I told you to come at me. You got a nat 1 there, my friend.
2 attacks. I'm rolling pretty hot here. 25, 24. Any shields? Anything I should be aware
silver
of?
barbs.
Nope.
Which one?
The
I would assume the first one.
the 25. Yeah, the
Yeah.
first one.
All right,
So
that's
let me just,
a
test.
17, 18. Would a 24 hit you? Or yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a foolish question. Why the hell did I even bother asking that? Yeah, because that'd be 24, 25. All right, I'll make one additional d20 roll. Okay. Sorry, that's an 18. The lowest I rolled of those 3 rolls was a oh, hang on, let me double check. Yeah, the lowest one I rolled from the first 2 was a 17 and 18, and 17 would still be a hit. Who are you giving advantage to?
I will be giving advantage to Aluya.
Aleluya. Don't forget everyone who has
Eddie.
Okay. Everyone, don't forget they have advantage. Who has advantage so far? I believe it was Mavet.
I do.
And who else?
Seer.
Mavet?
And I think Eddie said Aluya. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, I gave a silver barb's advantage to Lulia, and she has not used it yet. Or rather, she hasn't had a
Okay.
d20 to use it on yet.
Yeah, so just to
Okay, so
clarify,
Aluya has
it'd be
one, Mavet has
it'd be-
one, Eddie has one.
yeah, it'd be Seer, Aleluya, Eddie, because there were 3 silvery barbs. And I believe
It's actually
those are...
Mavet.
Oh, is it Mavet?
Aluya Eddie. I mistook my bardic inspiration
you.
for advantage.
Setting the record straight. Mavet, you have advantage. Eddie, you have advantage. Aleluya, you have advantage. Again, I will not be reminding you or giving you any reminders. It's up to you to remember. All right, that was their full action economy. They're going to take cover. All right. That is the end of their turn. It is the giant elk's turn that is restrained and prone. I believe it gets, as an action, it can use a strict... Yes? Yes?
I was asking that I don't take any damage at all. Just double checking.
No, you know what? Give yourself an inspiration. You got really deep in the weeds there.
Thank you.
Thank you. I will apply all this damage to you. That makes you bloodied. Oh, that's 8, then 9 damage. All right. Putting up a fight. The giant elk's turn. Now back to the black tentacles. I believe I can make a strength saving throw as an action to escape. Am I correct with that?
You need to make a strength athletics check against my spell save DC.
Okay. What's your spell save DC?
Believe. Let me double check that real quick. Easier if I had it pulled up, but yeah, that would pass it because
Yeah,
my
24.
spell save DC is 17.
Did they make it at disadvantage?
I will make it at disadvantage. What's causing the disadvantage? Because it's prone? Yeah. Right?
Well, no, it's because it would be we're restrained.
Okay. Gotcha. So it makes the rolls with the disadvantage because it is
I'll
restrained.
actually double check to make sure because I don't actually remember if the restrained condition changes or if I'm misremembering.
Okay. Where I'll look with you.
Like I can't look at things as quickly because
Yeah, no problem. Speed is 0. Attack rolls against you are with advantage, and you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, so that would not apply.
oh, just dexterity. Okay, then nope, it's fine.
Yep. It is no longer restrained. I believe it regains its movement. I shouldn't have done that. It's fine.
Well,
Well,
it's
that's
also been
what
knocked
happens when
prone
they
and
get
it's
up.
currently in difficult terrain.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the main issue. So it spends half its movement getting up. It is no longer under the effects of restrained. Oh, this is just straight fucking garbage. I guess what it will do is, yeah, it'll make a two rearing kicks against you.
No action. It had to use its action to break the grapple, the restrained condition.
Yeah, but had to use his action to end it.
Oh yes. Thank you so much. And just
So all
reading
it can
on.
really do is bonus action or move if it wants to.
It will stay in its position, but it will be standing. And I'm going to make a little bit of addendum here, again, acknowledging another mistake I made. This is towards Mavet. It would not have been able to make 2 rearing kicks to you because it did have a 5 foot reach. Eddie, we'll say towards you running away. It was distracted with being slow and what have you. But I'm going to remember that for the future. It does have 5 feet and 10 feet increment. Mavet, it's your turn.
Oh, okay, so it gets to make it save again. Well, both 2 saves.
The one on the right was not slowed, so it would not have.
Oh, no,
its
sorry,
saving
excuse me,
throw.
just the 1 save, because it's still in the area of effect of Ivard's black tentacles, so...
Okay.
And since it
Noted.
ended its turn in
Oh.
the area of effect, it gets to make the saving throw.
Okay. Understood, and I'll remember that for next time. What was the saving throw one more time? Please go ahead with your turn as I'm doing this, my bad.
Strength saving throw, DC 17.
Thank you. Natural 1. Of course it gets restrained again.
Advantage. Oh,
Advantage?
it rolled against that. Okay, never mind. I was trying to make sure my hit.
3d6. Yeah, 3d6 damage and restrained again.
Ooh, nice. Okay, yep, I will.
No, is that correct? I don't know the spell off the top of my head.
That would be what would happen when it fails a save.
Yes, sir. Yep. So give me that damage. Mavet, please explain what you're doing. I got all my shit straightened out.
Mavet is running towards the centaur and
Yep.
looking to destroy its life. So
Okay.
he connects with a critical hit for his first attack for 15 damage.
Okay, 15 damage.
And then he is going to make another attack. It is not adding one of my things, so I will make note of that. It is at a +1 due to my clothing unarmed prowess. which is not
Okay.
calculating.
My bad. +1 from what was it?
The Raps of Unarmed Prowess.
Thank you, Raps.
I will make a second attack.
Okay. See ya.
This will be a normal one. $23.
23 is a hit. Six damage.
6 damage. I will go ahead and spend a focus point for Flurry of Blows.
Okay, let's see it.
That'll be a 14.
14. 14
Yes.
is it.
Five damage.
5
And then for the
damage.
second one. $15.
15 is it.
And bludgeoning.
And bludgeoning. All right. Anything else on your turn?
That will end my turn.
All right, you come up and really give a beat down on the centaur. It is not bloodied yet. All right, now we have its turn. It is slowed, so that's half movement. It's in a difficult terrain, so it's going to be double. It's going to...
Since I'm assuming that their movement is 40, if it's halved to 20 and then further halved, then that means that they have no chance of charging on this turn.
No, but it's going to try to get the fuck out. 10, 20... And difficult terrain does not proc on the final movement outward.
Go ahead and make a DC 17 Constitution saving throw since it started its turn.
Yep, I will. If that's the case, and it only costs 5 feet of movement to get out with the final space, it has just enough to get out. Or 25 feet of movement. All right, 13, that is a failure.
It is not doing damage for Halo Spore, so I'll just roll it.
Yeah, and just for your knowledge, it is disengaging as it's running away. All right, 1 damage. All right, and the saving throw for slow. What's the DC, and what's the save?
DC 19 Wisdom.
Thank you. 19 Wisdom. Oh, my poor baby. What do they do to you? Still slowed. Its eyes are looking towards Eddie. Right behind the fucking elk that's in the way.
Yeah, funny how that worked out.
Yeah, I know, right? It is prone on the ground. It has half movement. So, all right. Let's go with math here. All right. Okay. Yeah, because it's initially it's halved and half. I believe it would actually need to spend all of its movement to get up if it's slowed and prone. Am I correct with that?
Well, the idea is that it has, while it's slowed, it has half of its normal speed. So I'm assuming, based on the last creature, that has a movement of 50.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to hide it. It's 50 feet of movement. It's prone on the ground. It's slowed and prone.
So then it gets halved. So their total speed, it becomes 25.
Yep.
And then
Okay.
spending half of their movement is 12.5. So
Yeah,
they have
round it.
12.5 amount of speed they can move around in. which
Yeah, so round
for
down 10.
grid movement, only 2 squares.
Yeah, well, it's
Very
still
difficult
in.
terrain.
Yeah, it's also in difficult fucking terrain. This is
So if it
awful.
moves basically any square near difficult terrain, it can only move 1 square.
So
Unless
it's
it
still
uses
stuck in
its
difficult
action.
terrain.
Disengage. It's going to try to move out, but it can't fully move out. That's a real pickle you guys put me in. That's really good. I will make that save again. You said a Constitution for Black Tentacles.
DC 17 strength saving throw just in case.
Strength.
Yeah.
There we go. Strength saving throw, DC 17. Yeah, just have that on standby. I'm going to be repeating that a couple times. 17, it succeeds. Yep, it's trying its best to rear back. And Mavet, what does it sound like when a elk is being a little bitch and trying to run away? All right. Yeah, you're making short work of these guys right now.
And then it does get a repeat wisdom saving throw for slow.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me. Wisdom saving throw.
DC
Don't
19.
have high expectations. Yep, that's definitely an 8. All right, going to the giant elk to the south. All right, who the hell put down the green template? Is that just useless?
Sorry, that was probably
Okay.
me because I think
Gotcha.
it was trying to do the template for slow.
Yep, I gotcha. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't deleting anything important. This thing. Oh, what's this thing gonna do? No, I can't use that. And I fucked up with that. I should really should write some of this shit down. All right, that's fine. I'll remember it for next time. All right, there's 3 people around it. Eddie, you didn't hit the one to the south, did you? You
Nope.
just hit the one to, yeah. So it has an equal chance of all 3 of you because it hasn't been, I don't believe it. No, it got shot in the face. Never mind. Of course it's going to hit Seer. Forgot that small detail of taking.
It also got
a little.
lightninged by Aluya.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's between those 2. Who of you wants to be hit? Aluya, do you want to be hit?
Yeah, I'll take the hit.
Hit me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, never mind. I'm gonna pick you. Aluya, your odds. Good old fucking Seer. Jesus. Your evens. Going for the odd one.
Okay.
Because it is slowed, it can only make 1 attack. Massive move. A normal because it's not charging. 17 is not a hit. Is not a hit. It's scared. It'll move back. Really should disengaged. The way I
Like
imagine it, this is a wild, not quite a wild beast, a little bit of a trained beast, but there's still 3 hostile people in front of it. It would be scared, it would try to attack, and it would try to retreat. But unfortunately, it can't do all of it at once, so it will be taking attacks of opportunity. That's how I'm thinking of the mindset of this beast. So if you guys want, all 3 of you can take attacks of opportunity.
Sure, but I get advantage, and if I hit it, it can't move nowhere.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
Gotta
Actually,
hit and then it's gotta roll.
Yeah, it would trigger. Everyone would still be triggered. Then it would be in the same spot again. Yep. All right. So everyone, attack of opportunity, and we'll do deal with you, Aluya. C attacks. Everyone, hover and press T onto the elk before you make your attacks.
Okay.
Just for everyone's knowledge, since we started a little late, I'm planning to run 1 hour later than usual. If anyone needs to leave, that's perfectly fine, but please tell me if anyone is on autopilot. That's a fucking hit. What was it, Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
Yeah. What was DC?
would be
Doesn't matter. It'd fail.
17.
0 movement.
And then it takes 1d12.
What's the damage? 1d12. Let's see. Well, never mind. It's lightning. It automatically dies. You
Oh,
don't need to
nice.
roll. Don't even roll anything else. It just takes straight 12 and dies. What's this look like?
Seeing the fear in its eyes and seeing it's about to move, we all ready ourselves to attack it. And just to make sure, I apparate the spear from behind it and drive it into its hind leg. And with that, a surge of electricity shoots out into its whole body.
My vet. Elk being electrocuted right before getting pinched in the ass with the spear.
Ooh.
This is a kinky fucking elk. All right.
That's the spear.
Yeah. I guess
Wait,
we're moving on.
Safe word.
Safe word. Oh. Okay. Now is the one to the bottom, because obviously giant elk died. It is going to attempt to charge, and it's going to spread its love between the three of you. I'm going to go left to right, and it's going to go Eddie, then Aluya, then Seer, because you are being recognized as a really big fucking threat. And you hear it yelling at you in a foreign language. You don't understand it, but it sounds very tribal.
Do I understand it?
Well, I guess it's not an official language, but I believe the closest one would be Sylvan. Does anyone understand Sylvan?
Well, we did say Druidic was close to it when we were talking to the giant tree lady.
Yeah, but this is a special case where it's a subsection of Sylvan here. I guess you would only be able to take apart that it is exclaiming no, and that it calls for the name of the deer, but it's unpronounceable. It's like trying to imitate a whistle of the wind. All right, sorry about that. Starting off with you, Eddie. I'm just going to roll all three really quick, and they're all going to be with advantage. First one's towards Eddie, second one's towards Aluya, third one's towards Seer. Wow. Rolling really fucking hot.
Steer another crit.
Yeah, but I'm missing one of my attacks here.
Oh,
So I see a 25,
so
a natural 20. Natural 20 went to Aluya, and I need to roll one more attack.
I see 3.
I don't see the third one.
I see 3.
What's the third
I
one?
saw 3.
I was the one that got the third one.
Yeah, I know. What's the third one? I can't see it on my
They
screen.
really don't like
tell
the
me that.
healer.
The
Natural
third was
20.
the nat 20.
Okay,
And the
in
first
order.
two were 25.
Oh my god.
In order, all of the rolls.
25,
25.
25, 27.
Okay, there we go. I'm missing one of the 25s. Gotcha. So that would be Eddie, Aluya, then Seer. Thank you.
Well, then- Owie.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say before we get ahead of ourselves, is anyone doing anything? Like Eddie, shield, Aluya, anything to stop that?
Yeah,
Or I
shield.
move. Okay, you got shield, and that'd be enough to take care of it.
Yep.
All right. Please remember your adjusted AC and expend a spell slot. What about you, Eddie?
Sorry, I'm trying to decide whether it would be. Seer has taken more damage since she last healed herself, right? Like, is Seer bloody right now?
Yeah, she's bloodied.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
A good hit might
Okay.
actually bring her down.
I will actually take the hit to silvery barbs for her.
Wow. That's actually a natural 1. It was a 20 and a 1. Again, I'm not gonna bother
So we
rolling.
just end up being the 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not gonna
Oh.
bother.
So roll damage for Eddie, and then that's it.
All right.
Now here's the interesting one.
14.
I somehow need to roll double nat ones to fail my concentration.
Okay, that'll be fun. I will apply the damage to Eddie as 14 damage. It also prompts you in the chat, like anytime I deal damage to you while you're concentrating.
Okay.
Yep, just as a quick shortcut.
I just press the concentration button.
Yeah, press the concentration button. And it should give you options.
Another window behind the character sheet.
Yeah, I hope to God no. If that's a recurring issue, I'll look into it and see what I can do.
Yep, it was behind the sheet.
Yep, I got you.
Because I have Warcaster, and I now have a +8 to my Constitution saves.
You did
Oh, what do
roll
you know, I
1, but you
saved.
got a 10. Yeah, you save. So I actually want to visualize this scene. Like 3 arrows are pulled back at once, and they fly true, going to each and every one of you. Like Aluya, you take the opportunity. Lightning crackles before you, destroying the bolts. The interesting part is, Eddie, in this flash, your life flashes, or not your life, but the entire world becomes. Oh, that's adorable. Tell your son I said hi.
Cute.
Imagine that the world turns grayscale, black and white. Everything begins to slow down. You look between 2 arrows full of color, and both of them have a bright red tip. You see the trajectory, one impaling Seer in the heart, one coming to you, one that you can easily destroy with Eddie's help. And Eddie wants to help you, Eddie. He wants to destroy it for you. I'm curious, in this moment, what's the flavor of you making that snap decision?
I actually almost want to imagine that it's like Eddie's like the tendril is like about to come out to deflect the arrow, but then Eddie himself, he actually, it's like a bit determined, quickly like moves his hands around so that the tendril that Eddie is trying to use to protect Eddie actually snaps over like a whip over to the arrow coming to Seer and splits it in half.
All right. I love it. And again, maybe perhaps a smile on your face as you take one to the shoulder and a red stain begins to bloom on your suit. All right. At this time, I'm going to do something a little unique here. I'm going to roll a 1d4 plus 1. And I'm going to tell you what happens when I do this. Okay. I'm going to detach the 1 then. All right. The 1 is a safe case. In case I roll 1, it'll actually be 4. All right. So what this is telling me, if feasible, 4 rounds from now, something's going to happen. Something big is going to happen. And we are going to end the session on the start of 4 rounds from now. From the second round, that'd be. So between the 5th and 6th round, if we do make it that far. All right. The hunter going to remain in this position. Seer, the bolt is broken before you, lays on the ground, and you look towards Eddie, who is nursing an arrow in his shoulder.
All right.
What do you do? Aluya, you're on deck.
Well, we need to take care of some threats.
Mhm.
Let me just look at my feet now. Because I am a heal bot. I shall heal everyone in the world.
Hmm.
Well, let me take a look. So let's see. 5 feet. Creature, then you could use that, roll that die. All right. So, first things first, walking over an elk, because I was thinking like, oh, I could just heal people, and I'm like, or I put a cap in an elk.
Hmm.
So I'll shoot an elk.
24 is a hit.
Then I'll roll the damage now. Here we go.
That's a total of 19. All right.
Same as the first. Mass cure. Mass heal. Healing word.
Yeah, please expend that spell slot.
Everybody gets 16.
Okay. Everyone, please apply 16 healing to your own sheet. All right. Do you do anything else?
Damage? What damage?
I really can't do anything else because right now we're just trying to live, and they're the powerhouses. If I can keep everybody alive, I'm golden.
Thank you. Thank you. You just hear Jelenia say. Aluya, it's your turn.
Which one is the most hurt, and which one is like prone and stuff?
No one is prone to my knowledge. Everyone got up. The one that's most hurt is the one the top right. Tyler, you're also on deck.
Yep. Also, I just want to say the one on the top right is restrained.
Yep. So any attack is with advantage.
You mean this guy here?
Yep.
The
Top right.
centaur?
No.
No.
The
Oh,
elk
this guy.
to the top
elk.
right. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I'm going to attack it.
Okay.
And you said that's at advantage because they're restrained?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I will do that then.
All right. 24 is a hit.
It's not showing damage though for some reason.
All right. I'll look into that as well.
I see it now. It's moving.
Okay.
And then I need
11 damage.
Constitution save.
Okay. Yep. This is the first attack on your turn. That does happen. Natural 20. Nothing happens.
Correct.
Anything else on your turn? Second attack? No, you can't do second attack.
No, I don't have a second attack. No.
I keep thinking you're a war priest.
3 levels.
All right.
Yeah, that's it for now.
All right. Tyler, it's
Actually,
your turn. Oh,
sorry.
yeah. What's up?
How much health are you missing, Seer? Because I can cure healing word or whatever.
Healing word. Still bloodied.
I am missing 46 HP. I'm
Okay,
below
I'm
half
definitely
still.
gonna heal Seer. Um,
All right.
I get
Do
special
healing word.
treatment.
Oh, what's your healing word?
What do you say?
Yeah. What do you say to your love?
whoa! We have not crossed that threshold.
What do you say to your crush?
You can say
Um,
something awkward because you did see Seer almost just die in front of you twice.
Yep.
Oh no! She would be your flame.
Your flame. Is that the correct amount? Shouldn't that be a 64? Or am I mistaken?
I think they're at a higher level.
Yeah, third
And
level,
it's
right?
40. It's D4s.
Yeah. 'Cause I thought it was
third
at a
level.
third level. Yeah, shouldn't that be a 64?
A second level would be 44, and then third level would be 64.
It
Mhm.
was
Oh,
third
you're
level.
correct.
Yeah, just
So
that.
then
Two
it
more
didn't-
D4s.
Yeah, 2 more D4s. Look at healing word then. Word. All right. All right, that is a total of 17 healing. Please apply that to yourself, Seer. All right, and that's the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right. Tyler, it's your turn. Eddie, you are on deck.
What's their word, though?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so Luya sees you and she sees how messed up you are. She's gonna look to you and she's like, Seer, for you, burn on.
Burn on.
I think the quote is flame on.
Flame on.
Flame on.
I know, but she's gonna say burn on.
There we go. Because we
Make it
can't get
awkward.
copyright. Yeah, well, we can't get copyright. Like, Louis doing a good job here. Tyler, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, so question, Seer, how bad is that Fear of Thunder mechanically?
Find out.
Find out.
All right. Then I'm going to move up to here,
Okay.
and then I am going to cast Thunderstep.
Okay.
So that is a 10-foot radius around me.
Okay.
So that should be right there, hitting all three of them, and they need to make a DC 17 Constitution saving throw.
Yep. Start off
And
with the
they will take
centaur.
half damage if they succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Thunderstruck.
Thank you.
And
Okay. Gonna make another one and another one. Again, left to right. That's how I always do it. Top to bottom.
they all fail to take full damage.
All of them fail. All right. How much
And
is
now
that?
I can
16?
teleport. Yep. Now I'm going to teleport 90 feet away. So, Gray, how much do you like this
Explain
centaur
how
at the
you
bottom?
kill the one on the right. Flavor it up.
Yeah. So as this figure starts moving and swaying, you notice that as energy, this blue energy that's been constantly going out of them whenever they use any spells or abilities, takes full control for a moment, and you hear a swelling, what almost sounds like a wailing of souls, and then boom, it just concussive force blasts out around them as he teleports away and just absolutely explodes the deer on the right.
Yep. No worries. That was thunder damage. You didn't roll 16. That was 30.
All right. Well, either way, the one on the right's dead. There is now a thunderous sound that can be heard for up to 900 feet away, and he teleports down to the centaur at the very bottom.
Yep. Both of them are bloodied.
Nice. And I can give Bardic Inspiration to myself, yes?
I don't believe so.
No, that's a very specific lore bard ability at level 14.
Yep.
Then let me measure distance really quick. Okay, I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to Aluya then.
Aluya,
Ooh.
Seer, please remember you have Bardic Inspiration still.
And now it's time for Bardic damage against the centaur at the bottom.
Okay.
Ooh. There's a 14 hit.
And you got nothing you can add to that?
Nope.
It's not slowed or anything. So, nope.
All right, then that will do my turn.
Okay.
And then to describe what happens to Seer when that thing goes off, you basically kind of hear like Seer's very like low voice, but in this case they just let out this like high. I would describe it as like a small yelp. And Gray, will you roll me a d4 for a different condition? Because I always did stun, but I'm thinking of doing something slightly different.
Sure
a
thing.
little bit in a
3.
way.
Uh-oh.
Instead, due to the sudden surprise of it, they fall prone.
Yeah.
As if they're just like freaked out.
So this is a moment you would observe. It appears she has a fear of very loud noises. Or at least is triggered by trauma by very loud noises.
All right.
Okay. Add the prone
yes,
or prone
I am
condition to
prone.
yourself, please. I believe that's your full action economy. Is that right, Tyler?
Yes, that is, besides my reaction.
Eddie, it's your turn. You guys are dealing with the adversaries. Almost halfway through.
There ain't nothing gonna stop me now, cause I'm almost.
I love that movie
I guess
so
we're
fucking much.
halfway there.
So good. Probably one of my favorite Disney movies.
Let's see. I believe all three of them are still slowed.
No. Top left, or both the ones on the left. The one on the right is just restrained.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought
I keep
something
forgetting
died.
that's not the one that got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's
The other slowed
just
one
the
is dead.
oddball to the right.
Yeah. The other one got eviscerated.
Which case is the large one in the bottom left of the Evard's black tentacles? Are they bloodied or are they still pretty okay?
Both of them are bloodied.
Okay.
Oh, I should say all three. All three of the opponents in front of you are bloodied.
Oh, thunder damage to max?
Yes.
Oh, it's not just lightning damage. I see.
Yeah, just to reiterate, any thunder or lightning damage done in Frostheart for one reason or another deals maximum damage.
Which case, Eddie's going to come up over here and
Cast Shatter.
Oh wait. This one did not get re-restrained, right?
No, it succeeded.
Okay.
Also, you should still have advantage from silver regards.
Cool beans.
Alright, I'll go ahead and hit them with a booming blade.
Fuck yeah!
Hmm.
Haven't seen some good old booming blade in a while. Let's do it. Hell yeah.
The first thing I'm going to do is use my... never mind. Okay, so that'll be a 21 to hit.
That's a hit. And please don't add a damage die for the booming blade. Just do maximum damage for the associated dies, because I believe it's thunder.
It is thunder, yes.
Yep. Yeah, use it.
So, they take 11 bludgeoning damage and 16 thunder damage.
Oh. All right.
And if they decide to move...
27 damage overall. And if they decide to move, how much is the damage?
Since it's maximized, 24 thunder.
I want to imagine, like, at least with these creatures, perhaps like there's a slight jitter around them, like almost like a boom, the booming of a speaker, just because of how overcharged the spell is, and perhaps like there's elements of smoke that are making it jittered, or acting as an activator for this just incredible fucking cantrip in this condition. You see it's confused, reeling back, it's rearing. My vet! What does this sound? What does this sound? What does this elk sound like with when it has a vibrator in it?
Oh my god.
There you go. Oh yeah.
Just to clarify, was that more thunder?
Yep, that's more thunder.
All right,
Here you go.
roll me a
Here you
d4
go, Bill.
again, but this time,
3.
anytime you got a 3, reroll it.
Roll. There you go. 2. Falling on the ground. Honestly, not the worst position. Besides the elk that's right next to you. Like, being prone towards these archers might actually not be that bad.
Seer has now the frightened condition.
Add the frightened condition, please.
And I believe Ivard's Black Tentacles only affects the ground, correct?
Yeah. If memory's well, that'd be what my gut tells me, but I'm also gonna double check. Please tell me what you have in mind as I double check.
It says
Oh, I just want to fly over the Ivard's Tentacles to a new position.
I cannot move the Ivard's Black Tentacles. It does not say that I can. In
Well, no,
the,
I'm not saying if you
spell.
can move it. I'm
It's on the
asking if
ground.
it just affects the ground. Okay.
Yeah, it's specifically on the ground. You are correct.
Right, in which case, Eddie is just going to fly over the ground. Right here.
Just out of curiosity, what feature is allowing you to do that?
I still have winged boots.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. Then I'll use my my bonus action, quicken spell, and I'm going to hit this one with True Strike.
Before you do that, because you took that position, you didn't disengage or anything. How high in the air? I need to know the height.
Just
Oh, it doesn't.
5 feet in the air.
Yeah. I was gonna say it doesn't matter. Yeah, regardless, you go outside of its reach. I'm taking what I can get. Restrained, disadvantage. I believe disadvantage.
Does slow not prevent reaction?
Oh, you know what? Sorry,
does
I
it?
forgot for
Hang
the
on,
one
let me double
guy
check.
to the bottom left.
Oh.
He needs to make a DC 17 con save or be knocked prone. I forgot to do that one
Okay.
since I hit him with the quarterstaff.
Yep. Well, we'll handle that. And I'm talking about the restrained one, Tyler. He's not slowed.
The restrained one. I thought he died, but
no, he's still alive. Oh, did he die?
Oh, then,
double check. No, he is dead. I should have taken him off. Never mind. That's boo boo on my
kept
part.
asking about him if he was dead or not.
No, it's fine. Again, there's a lot of moving wheels. All right. You said Constitution saving throw, Eddie?
Yes.
Okay.
Right, so he is
as
knocked
you're
prone.
as you're a DM, I'm gonna give you a professional opinion. Suck a dick. Yes, he is toppled.
I will gladly do so later.
Yes, sir. Moving on.
Actually, this is a situation where I have no reason not to try to do just booming blades. So yeah, quicken spell, booming
Yeah.
blade onto
Okay.
this other one.
Yeah, let's see it.
So this would be a straight roll,
Okay.
or at least the straightest roll I can make.
Looks a little curved to me, but that's fine. Okay.
I keep rolling these like 10s here, but that'll
Yep.
be a 21.
Let me double check. Yeah, you fucking hit. Let's see it.
Again, another.
Yeah, maximum damage.
Come on. Oh, okay. No, it decided to do something stupid.
Yep. Okay.
So 12 bludgeoning and then 16 thunder.
16 thunder. They're thunderstruck. You are really laying into them. You guys are turning the tide of the combat here. Anything else on your turn?
And I believe I still have them slowed. This one.
Both of them are slow.
Yeah, this is
Yep.
yeah, both of them failed their blows.
Yep.
So I could just move here and end my turn.
Yes. Yes, you can. It's Jelenua's turn. She raises a hand like she's about to cast a spell. Shakes her head. Dodges. Stays in her position. She looks around even sheepishly and just says, I am sorry, but there's so many people that need my help. I can't cast any magic. I must save the healing magic for the people. I assume no response from Seer or Aluya.
I mean, you could, heal the people that need it, that are helping, like Seer. Help Seer.
I'll be fine. Let's just get people taken care of here. I could bounce around and heal a lot of people at once if need be.
Looks like
Right,
she was
so we
about
need
to. It looks like she was about to heal you, Seer, and then she stops, dodges.
Damn it, chill on you all.
Mm-hmm. Centaur.
But also, I want you to understand Seer's also not thinking rationally, so she's being, like, not smart right now.
Oh yeah, we're gonna deal with that though.
Oh, also, since I'm prone, all shots are at normal. No advantage.
Nah. We're gonna take care of the one that's been really killing a lot of
Sorry.
creatures here.
I need to get into the habit. Since I did
Yep.
hit that other one with my quarterstaff, it
Yep.
also needs the con save.
Yep, I'll handle it all at once. Luckily, it's all the same stat block here, so I'll make a saving throw. All right. I believe that's actually success, so we're fine there. All right, next one is going to be 3 longbow attacks against Aluya. All with advantage. Okay. And okay. $22, $24, $25.
I'll miss.
Yeah, because of your shield.
Yep.
Girl, you need to calm down over there. That's insane. Insane. I'm gonna try to take cover. My vet, it's your turn. What do you do?
That is going to loop around.
No, you want to walk in the square, don't you? Come on, be a cool guy. Fancy.
So
Alright.
I'll use 20 feet of movement.
I hear that smile.
And then another 20 feet of movement to
Yep.
get in range of both of them.
Yep. Makes sense.
Make some unarmed strikes.
Let's see it. I assume this one's going to the centaur to the north.
Yep. 13 will miss.
No, it's actually a hit. They're slowed.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, their AC gets knocked by 2.
Yep. You're lucky because you announced it was 13. All right, 10 damage.
Damage. How are they looking?
Really bad. It looks like if you do that about 3 more times, you might kill it.
Well, let's go for 2.
Uh, 15 is a hit. Joka! Joka! Taka! It's yelling at you. It's calling you a weeping willow.
And then I will use my flurry of blows.
Oh,
my
give me
last one.
all of those focus points. Just hand them over, buddy. Num, 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 num. I would encourage the party to spend more resources.
I'm saving my spell slots.
No, spend them. Just spend. You don't need them.
And I am going to make these non-lethal.
Okay. Oh.
Just for future.
Okay. Natural 20. Are you fucking serious? Seven damage. All right, that was not that great. 27, damn near a crit.
Ooh.
Ugh. Minimum damage. You almost had it, man. You see that she's panting, wobbling, and like even like her foreleg is just limping a bit. Hurts to put pressure on it.
And that will end my turn.
Ugh. The centaur is going to use a bastard sword against you.
I'll use my Hail of Spores.
On an attack or a successful attack? Like, does that
No,
make
just one
contact?
that's in their turn within 10 feet of me.
Okay. Both of them, or just one creature?
Just one.
Okay. And you're picking the centaur. Gotcha. I will make that Constitution saving throw. That's a failure. What's the damage?
One damage.
One. You both times one, buddy. All right. Bastard sword is coming in, and it looks like she's ready to hack at a tree because it is pissing her off. It will be a straight roll unless I'm mistaken about anything. 19. Unless anyone's going to stop me, I'm going to move forward here. $15 damage. I will apply it to your character. She swings at you and takes off like some of your twigs, perhaps even a chunk of bark or wood splinters. She will make the wisdom saving throw, DC 19, I believe.
Yep.
Oh,
That was
Christ
so close.
almighty. Thank you.
Dang.
I will take off the slowed condition for the centaur. All right, it is moving on to the giant elk's turn. We already went through this math. It has to use all of its movement just to get up, and it can only move 5 feet.
And if
And
it,
it will do so.
does, we know what happens.
Dude, dude. Do I stay in the tentacles or do I take the booming blade?
You don't know what's happening. He just wants to move.
Yeah, he's freaked out. He'll move. Take damage.
All right,
It kills it.
24 thunder damage.
It just kills it.
I also
Explain kill.
imagine in this specific case, like as the energy is drawing in, so it draws in some smoke too, and the smoke actually explodes its body from the inside.
Mm-hmm. All right. It's going to. It's the centaur's turn to the south, where Tyler's character is. It's going to take the attack of opportunity from you. It's backing up.
All right, then it's going to get hit with a true strike.
Let's see it.
Good old Warcaster.
Okay.
All right.
I was just about to
Sunblade
ask you that.
time.
Okay.
All right. That should be a +9 if it's not already. Okay, that hits.
That's a definite hit.
Now
See all the damage.
Is +2d6 damage time of extra radiant damage.
Yeah, please flavor this up. What does this blade look like? Where do you pull it from? How's this damage look?
Yeah, so this is kind of, you've been seeing him holding out kind of the hilt of a sword the entire time with it all. You can almost see that there's something more to it each time he's kind of waved it around, but now within the shadow of this house you finally see the glittering sunlight just blazing out of the end of the hilt. And as the centaur tries to move away, he kind of like tilts his head back and goes, "Oh, you want control now? Okay." And blue energy takes over his arm as it attempts to move and just quickly slashes it across the chest.
Yeah. It is galloping back, and it's using its speed as it turns on a dime to do 3 longbow attacks against you, and it will be with advantage. Because it does not specify that I need to move towards you, I just need to move 20 feet.
All right.
I should also, you know what, again, I should mention this right now, and I should probably make a note to mention this at the start of the episodes. I am not, these creatures are not my own. I think I might have mentioned this in passing before. There is a respectable creator in the community that I admire. His name is Hi, I am Mark, and he makes some fantastic fucking monsters. The 2 that you're fighting right now, he's responsible for making. So if one of his monsters end up killing you, you can send a fuck you to him. But will be 3 attacks here.
All right.
All right, 3 attacks with advantage. If any of them hit, it will send you 5 feet back.
All right.
18, 24, 21. Anything you'd like to do to these?
Only 2 hit.
What do you mean?
And
What?
there's nothing that I can do to these.
Okay. No silver barbs, no nothing?
Nope. Already used my reaction.
All right, sounds good. Yep, I did forget about that. All right, I'm going to apply the damage twice. You will be moved back 10 feet. Please move yourself directly 10 feet back.
All right.
Okay, first one is 12 damage. Concentration check, please.
Yep. Let's roll that with advantage because of Warcaster.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Succeed
Oh,
on the
why
first
did I do
one.
that? Yep, all right. The next one is 10 damage.
All right. Let's roll that again with advantage.
Yep.
All right. That is a 9. I fail.
All right.
There's no longer Evard's black tentacles.
All right. I'll be taking it off. It did serve a good purpose here. It did fuck me up.
I planned on losing concentration anyway, so I'm glad that's gone.
Yeah, there you go. It's going to use this remaining movement to charge between the houses into this little backyard area.
All right.
All right. It is just moving behind total cover here. All right. Seer, it's your turn. You hear crates and boxes being smashed in distance. Your ears are just susceptible to the chaos. Keep in mind, there's fire everywhere. People are screaming, yelling, you're hearing galloping. It is just a horrific scene from your worst hellish nightmares. The ground is unnaturally cold, even though there's so many goddamn flames. What do you do?
Let's see. So we have 2 centaurs left.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of people screaming.
3 centaurs.
3 centaurs.
I'm also trying to think if there's any more thunder sounds.
Not yet.
No, I don't think we didn't do any more thunder. So currently,
no, you gotta roll.
they just fell
you gotta
prone.
roll. You gotta roll one more, two more d4s. Because
then you should do that now.
Yeah, one procced the thunder damage. The other one was applied to the centaur. You already dealt with the orc. Yep. Let's just keep gathering up. That's 2. And that's all of them. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just all the effects.
I need a roll.
Yeah.
So the best way I can explain it is like my turn will be skipped as Seer, from all the thunder noise, basically is now gripping their ears and stunned on top of feared.
Yeah.
And prone. So go ahead and continue on.
Yeah, give yourself inspiration. I do like that. Like, we see that you're shell-shocked. You're looking out into the distance. And I kind of want to imagine as you're looking at the silhouettes, you're seeing, like, sea elves being grabbed up. Not killed, but taken away by the centaurs in the distance. All right. Aaliyah.
I will mention
Yep, go ahead.
I already have inspiration.
If
So I'm
that's
just
the
letting you know I
case-
already have some inspiration.
Oh.
It is part of the rules where if you have inspiration, you can give it to somebody else if you already have it.
Yep. Who doesn't have inspiration?
I
was
have
given to the new
inspiration.
guy.
I'll give it to the
I
new
do not.
person.
All right,
All
Tyler.
right, thank you very
Inspiration.
much.
Please click the star right next to your level.
Yep.
All right, Aluya.
Thank you
You
very
see
much.
that Seer is shutting down, and Delenua appears to be startled and panicking.
I'm gonna snap back at Jelnua. Help Seer, damn it! And I'm just gonna move forward. Oh, I can't move.
for you, Aluya.
Why can't I move?
Double check that you're in the token controls. Top left, then top right.
Okay, I see.
There you go.
Okay. And as I'm running, I'm going to attack with my ether spear. Like I'm gonna throw it like a javelin, but it's really not gonna be a throw. It's gonna be an apparition right in front of its face. Before I just
you may be on the measurement tool.
gosh damn it.
The one above, the one above the ruler, on the far left.
Far left?
Yeah, it looks like a little profile icon. Then you wanna
Okay, I got it.
press on the
No,
square.
I keep clicking it and it's not happening. Token controls. It's not moving me no matter how many times I hit token controls.
All right, ping where you want to go, and I'll move you.
I want to attack as I'm moving, attack with the ether spear, and then I want to get right up close to it.
Okay. Make the attack roll.
I just took off the attack on this thing. Okay.
All right. All right. That's a hit. $13 damage.
And then I need the con save, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Fail. So
Yes.
it's got 0 movement speed and
12 damage. Yep.
yeah.
It is bloodied. I explain how you make it bloodied.
So like I said, I snap back at Jelnua to help Seer because Seer's not in a good place. And as I'm dashing towards this centaur person, I make like I'm going to throw my spear like a javelin, but it leaves my hands and just bams right in front of her face, kind of like smack her right in the forehead. And then come back to me, and then I'm like right up in her face. And then once I'm there, it's like the electrical charge that's still in me is going to hit her. That'd be it for me.
Hey, Greg.
No, I need you to make me a insight check.
Me?
Yeah.
All right. That would be 24.
Something's wrong in the air. Can't quite pinpoint it, but you feel murderous intent.
Huh. Well, anyway. Greg, I've got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
With the effect that's been going on, would this be considered outdoors in the storm?
You know what? It's a rare enough occurrence, although technically you're within a cavern. I'm going to consider this outdoors, just because there's not many times where it's a very open, cavernous space with also rainwater. So what do you have in mind?
Beautiful. Then
I'm
going to cast Call Lightning.
Yeah, I'll allow for it. Fuck it. Close enough.
All
There's
right,
openings.
Let's do this.
Okay.
And I need to do. I think that should be enough to get all three.
Okay. 60 foot. Okay.
Yep.
Looks about right.
And they all need to now make me dexterity saving throws with a DC of 17.
Okay. Is it? Did you cast at 3rd level?
Yes.
Okay. Going top to bottom here. Middle.
Yep.
Bottom. That's a 19, 14, 17.
All right. 2 of them succeed, but they're going to take half damage. And now I've got a question for you, Greg. Is this considered outdoors in a storm for the purposes of damage?
It's not. Again, I'm going to lean more on your side here, because again, it is very rare circumstances. There also happens to be a lot of static in the air. So it's very close to a thunderstorm. So fuck it. Yeah, I'll allow it. What do you have in mind?
All right. Then I'm just going to be rolling the damage because that would
no need to roll
that
damage.
would be
It's
40
maximum.
10 instead of 3.
Yep. Its maximum damage is 40 each.
Yeah, then they would take all of them would take 40. 2 of them would take it half down to 20.
All right,
That would be
hang
those that
on.
save.
So the 14 the 14 failed, the top and bottom succeeded.
Yep.
All right, 40. Because it's not 30 and it's 40, the one to the north dies. You can describe that kill. I will apply 20 damage to the one to the south. And the one that fails takes a full 40, but is still standing.
All right, then as kind of he feels the electricity in the air, he pauses for a moment with his sword out, lets his hands go free, leans back and says, "Unleash." And you watch as pouring out from that kind of sealed up, stitched together place in his chest, this blue energy which starts taking the shape of various different souls, pours out and starts swirling in the air, absorbing the electricity and turning it into lightning and thunder as it strikes down all over the ground. And you can hear the cackling and the shouts of joy of the souls above.
Mm-hmm. All right. Just for your knowledge, Moo, that is lightning, not thunder, so it shouldn't trigger anything more from you.
I got you.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
I will move over to where Aluya is, and I will give Aluya. Do you already have Bardic Inspiration?
I do.
Okay, then I will check. Got 60 feet of it. Seer, do you have Bardic Inspiration?
I do.
I don't
No
think
one's using their
Aluya
shit.
does.
I cannot see Mavet, so that will end my turn.
Okay. That's perfectly fine. Eddie. There's a tingle in the air, literally, and you see clouds begin to form from the open holes in the ceiling, and you see the storm cloud begin to form. What do you do?
And this is the unknown storm cloud, or is this a storm cloud from?
From your ally. This
Okay.
is just me reiterating. Yep.
So there's extra murderous intent that.
Yep. And again, this is going to be secular knowledge to him and him alone. Now, I know you're a pretty chill dude.
Oh, okay.
But,
So
yeah.
okay, I was just making sure that wasn't something that was privy to. Okay.
No,
I was
just
confused by you
just
saying it
him.
on my turn.
Yeah. No problem. So what do you do?
Well, then I'm going to. Five. No.
Oh, I did that wrong. It would have been... Okay, that is not all of them at once. That would just be 1 point that I could see. That is my bad.
Yep, no problem. Again, we will live and learn here.
I honestly couldn't even hear what spell he was casting, so...
It's Call of Thunder. Or Call
Call
Lightning,
Lightning.
sorry. Yeah, what the
Oh,
fuck am I
Call
thinking?
Lightning. Okay.
Yeah, Call Lightning.
Apologies if I've been hard to understand or you've been missing bits here and there. It seems like my internet has been feeling like being spotty today.
Sorry, I had a thought, and then things died. So,
Yeah.
What was I looking for? Shoot, what was I looking for? Right, that's what I was looking for. Because something was weird. Okay, I just need to be sure. So, well, honestly, I think Eddie would just look over and... Now, he at least recognizes that they are speaking in their... have been speaking in their own language this whole time, but he does wonder if they can at least understand Common to some degree. So, honestly, I think he's going to try the influence action.
Okay.
It's like, look, we don't want more people to die. If you just surrender, then you'll get to go home to whoever you love.
Okay. I'm going to give you a tidbit before we go forward here. The creature, I assume the creature that Luya and Tyler are attacking here, would look towards you and, eyes bouncing between them and you. And it does seem to be following your words, but slowly. It does seem to understand your language. I'm going to take that action and tell you what you do understand. It says two words that you understand. Kamalu! Kamalu! Swiftneck! Kamalu! And again, like as you hear that name, you hear the rattling of chains in your head, and a memory resurfaces of that one centaur that was following Nereus during the parade.
We will set him free.
Now, that will be a persuade check.
Yeah, so that I'm not misunderstanding, because I think he kept flipping back and forth between the two types of inspiration. I have bardic inspiration.
Yes.
Okay. In which case, yeah, I'll go ahead and roll persuasion on my end.
Okay.
As soon as I get this shit back up.
I've only used my bardic inspiration twice, so that would have been on, I think, Seer and
Oh, it's just like
Oluya.
someone could. I could have sworn somebody was telling me that I had inspiration. Just like, I mean, okay.
You know what? I'm going to give you my inspiration. So you
Well,
can
it's like,
have
no,
my
if he
inspiration.
gave it to you, then we have to honor that. It's like,
No, I have he gave me bardic inspiration, but I'm giving you my inspiration, my heroic
your
inspiration.
heroic inspiration.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I think, I gave you Silvery Bard's advantage.
Oh, okay, that might have been what it was.
Okay. Oh, you rolled rather high, and I had a higher DC just because of one, you're in combat, they're hostile. Two, there's language barrier, although they do understand you, is still very slow. But you kept the message rather simple. What's your intentions here? What are you hoping to get out of this?
Oh, okay, I didn't need to use a inspiration for that. It's like ultimately he is trying to get across the idea that essentially we don't actually want to fight you. So if you throw up your arms, in this case, we will do what you came here to do and set him free.
Okay.
Because he kind of already understands why they're all here to begin with. And in fact, they were kind of sort of on the path to getting there before all this stuff blew up in their face. But
Yep. Gotta love it.
Okay.
I will say that'd probably be sufficient enough to actually end the encounter. As the centaur puts down the bow, puts down the sword, and gives a sharp whistle. And you hear another bow and a sword drop. Again, their sharp ears. They also were privy to what you said. And I guess, do you have a one-liner or anything you'd like to end this on, Eddie?
Hey, Jelenua,
Yes.
let's go rescue your prince.
Make me an insight check.
Ooh.
unless I, the player, have misread like everything up until this point.
Yeah, no. You haven't misread anything. I just want an insight check.
So I'll actually roll normally this time because I need to keep remembering that inspiration. You can at least wait to see if you want to use it.
Would you like to use it?
Well, I first need to see what my result was.
Is the name?
Okay, not that. Not
Yeah.
going with that.
Yeah.
Now I will use it. $18.
She cocks her head for a second, and it seems like you caught her off guard with that. And she goes, "Yes, my prince. Let's go save him." You notice, seems, oh, no, not even just the reaction alone. You're fairly certain she doesn't know his name.
In his coat. So, before we head off, I need to make a quick call, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
I was in like a goes over, pulls out his shell phone,
Uh-huh.
just and tries to call Jelenua. Which, as far as he knows, communications are back up again.
Yep. We switch over to the line. What do you want, Eddie? I don't have time.
Hey, so you know, we're heading over to the prisons to get your prince back.
Don't bother. We're on the surface. And we're going to cut right there. Oh, thank you guys.
One imposter princess this whole thing, but 2 imposter princesses.
Oh, that was good. All right.
This has been House Common Blood. The intro and outro music is Oh My Dog by Savick, and any other music and sound effects used in the episode are royalty free. Credits can be found in the episode description. Please review us on whatever podcast listening app you happen to be using. And if you like us, tell other people. Word of mouth is the best way for us to grow. Thank you for joining us. Hope to see you soon.